Yeah, hold on, y'all. Hold on. Can y'all hear me? Cause hold on, I might be the sound. I might be the sound check myself. Cause I actually got the remote next to me. Cause usually I'd be taking forever to get up. That was good, y'all. You already know. Okay, boop. I'm gonna put on Coco Melon in 1 second. I just gotta make sure these. Okay, I just wanted to make sure my earphones. The crazy thing is, hold on, boop. Hold on, boop. The reason why I wanted to check it is because my earphones, whenever I'm on my phone, it just absolutely don't work. But for some reason, on StreamYard, StreamYard mess up for so many things that for some reason on StreamYard, it just worked perfectly. My earphones and anything else, it just don't work. um, but yeah, y'all, I wanted to get on here and kind of talk about why a lot of motherfuckers is y'all have to understand. I want everybody over at Team Arena to understand that a lot of people are only lashing out at the arena because they're jealous, right? They're jealous because what's up? Oh, thank you, Juju. What's up, Juju? I want people to understand that people are only coming hard body for Team Arena the way they did or still are, whatever. I don't know if people still running their mouth because, like I said, I learned from the black sector to never watch live streams. If you know somebody is potentially or more than likely doing a live stream on you, just don't watch it because it's going to be a whole bunch of negativity and shit like that. And so I just don't. So I haven't. I don't know what's been going on. That's why I was begging MD. Probably appeared that I was being messy, but I was begging MD like, tell me about the video when Yango went over there. Oh my god, you know. And what I realized that Yanga had, and what I don't want other people in the arena to have is knee jerk responses to complete gaslighting people. Okay. When I mean knee jerk response, well, no, because people probably look at Black Sun as knee jerk response. I didn't even mean to use that word. I meant like, well, yeah, like you want to, you feel the need to, you know, try to fix the fact that Black Sun will not be gaslit. I want y'all to understand people that gaslight others or whatever and just try to act like something completely didn't happen that absolutely fucking happened. There's no reasoning with these people, right? And you give them some type of satisfaction and validity when you play into it and try to make it right or whatever. And that's why I got this meme up here or whatever when your favorite song comes on, because when Black Sun vowed the fuck out and to everybody else it seemed like for no reason, I was like, bitch, this is my favorite song. To people that gaslight. That's why Black Sun said, don't piss on my leg and tell me it's raining. Don't That's why Black Sun said, don't piss on my leg and tell me it's raining. Because a lot of people have the game messed up. Listen, no amount of reasoning with that man is gonna make the fact that he's a slanderous bastard go away. No amount of talking about why the Constitution is better in Black land. We're past the debates, and I think and I think a lot of people misconstrue that. That's why I said Team Arena is unfuckwithable. Don't go scrambling or whatever to try to defend. I mean, try to make sense of people lashing out, rightfully so, at people that's gaslighting. It's like, let's not do that. We know something took place because we recognize a pattern of behavior. See, what I had to learn from this experience is F what people say. And I mean F what people say. And I heard this before, but now I'm experiencing it and I'm taking it into everything. F what people say, listen to patterns, pay attention to patterns. I don't care about your apology or whatever. You keep doing the same thing. I don't care about, you know, you trying to move on and trying to act like you just going to keep it to the information while you still throwing shots on me and you're slandering me when you think I don't see it. And then you're slandering others in my space and you're making me feel uncomfortable. You know, with no proof. You just saying willy-nilly shit because you're losing a debate or whatever. Listen, certain things you cannot discuss with people. A lot of people is just jealous and just want to say whatever they want to say because they think, oh, that's going to make me win a debate or that's going to make me look good. Some people not just on here to really spread information and wake the people up. A lot of people is just here to stroke their egos, right? I refuse to feed into that. I refuse to be around the likes of others like that, right? But to try to make it seem like Black Son is running from a debate or whatever, and this motherfucker is triggering y'all. He say little shit under his breath. When you're on the panel, he'll just slide some ish in while trying to make it seem like he cool. That's not funny, yo. It's not funny. Especially after he said something worse before then and he said he was gonna stop. Especially since when you do it to him, all of a sudden he want to block you and he threatened to like put an order 66 on you and all this other stuff. Like that's Jehovah's Witness phony shit. Come on now, we grown. I don't understand why people feel like stuff can't be past these forms. I mean, past this information. Like y'all need to wake up and understand that when people is jealous, they don't care what come out their mouth. When people don't have the proper information and plan, they don't care what come out their mouth. Cause oh yeah, I'm not letting y'all think I'm gonna let go of this debate about the Constitution. Y'all think Black Son gonna let it go? Get the fuck out of here. That's phony. If you thinking that, that's phony. That's not true. He's not gonna run from that debate. I think it's ready to get so deep. This debate probably might have to be set up on Solar or whatever. Let's get Trevor in Rio. Let's get this. I'm not gonna lie. I can't wait for Trevor in Rio. Hype as fuck for that debate. Okay, that debate gonna be fire. Okay. After this debate or whatever, we gonna have to start setting up a debate for the Constitution. Okay, let's get MD a hound session. Okay, let's get this Constitution debate in. Shit, Black Son don't have to debate it. His right hand, his other right hand man, MD can debate the shit. You find what I'm saying? It's really nothing to debate that. Okay. Because win or lose, bitch, it still don't take away from the fact that it's still that the slander. When I don't think y'all understand, we could set up the debate tomorrow on Solar platform. It still don't change the fact that this motherfucker is on here lying about people's families, saying shit that attaching people's name to pedophilia and stuff like that, saying people mess with little girls. You don't do shit like that to people, yo. I take that serious. Let me explain something to you. I know my views. Sometimes I might, uh, give credit to Cynthia G because I know that why she's popular originally before the abort black male babies, and really it made her more popular because the sensationalism. But I know I have hardcore Miss Andrea's talking points, but when it comes down to the black man, certain stuff I'm not fucking around about. I'm not. Because I've watched, listen, I know people, I know it's literally people that go out there, look for people that's on a registry or that's deemed as that in their neighborhoods or whatever, and they will try to delete that person. They will try to beat up that person. They will try to make up that person's life a living hell. You do not say stuff like that about people, and then you're gonna continue to insult me for no reason. Like I'm supposed to, and then with the information, even when we debating, you'll move the goalposts. You'll move the goalposts and lie about what you said. You'll continuously gaslight me. Yo, when somebody gaslights you, they'll tell you something clearly happened that made you upset, that changed the trajectory of y'all conversations, y'all whole relations and stuff like that, how y'all interact. And this person just say that shit just did not happen. Or people, oh fuck, just even saying stuff about it. People omit that truth that that interaction even happened by just continuing on. You feel what I'm saying? Throwing little jabs at you while throwing little jabs at you mixed with a so-called compliment, mixed with a backhanded compliment. They start negging you, make it seem like they're gonna compliment you and then say something disgusting about you that, isn't so flattering. Why? We supposed to accept that type of behavior. And he does it to everybody. Like, okay, so okay. I'm seeing that. I think black people, right? I'm gonna say this: black people is really desensitized. Y'all have been on YouTube way too long at this point, okay? Because I'm looking back at the other streams. When I look back, I'm glad I didn't get to red ball a lot of Suave Boss streams because a lot of people, because when Kofi asked me, like, did you come from Suave Boss? I was like, bitch, what? What are you talking about? Like, I used to think Suave Boss was Solar because, like, yeah, Solar used to not show his face a lot, or I didn't really pay it no mind. Like, I would just see his shadowy picture, and, like, I used to think they would say nigga. So, how the fuck did I, like, so when I looked at his titles, I realized, wow, a lot of y'all had was in a space with so many toxic black women, black men, and black men that are gorilla simps, what I call gorilla simps. Just point to all black men. You're a pedophile. You're a pedophile. You're a pedophile. You're a pedophile. Like when they don't get their way or when they disagree or whatever, or just something petty. Y'all really desensitized to somebody calling you a pedo. Y'all just look at it as normal. You feel what I'm saying? Or y'all think somebody, I don't know if y'all think Black Sun is lying, but I feel like if y'all think Black Sun lying, y'all need to just come out and say it. But if you don't think it's serious, then I don't understand why. Because even why I'm in the shit that I'm in now is because defending a black man, because I don't like when people fucking say that shit, yo. I don't give a fuck who you are, yo. I probably cannot like you. To this day, that black man that I can't stand we didn't work out, I still won't say that shit. That he's a pedophile and all that shit, even though I've been paid to try to motherfucking pay me behind the scenes, try to say that dumbass shit. Y'all don't get that? It's like it's not clicking and it's sickening. I'm not saying no fucking names on here because that could grow all across the board. It don't have nothing to do with just this turd-eyed motherfucker. It could be anybody. I don't want nobody to come over on this platform or whatever, and just because they have some cool talking points and like literally for only 2 fucking minutes they can have a decent debate and you just clap that on and like, oh my God, he's okay, he's okay. But any other time, the rest of the percentage of the time, he's being insulting, he's slandering people and shit like that. He's disrespectful to the whole panel. He's disrespectful to the women after claiming that, he feels like, stimia or whatever the fuck, all this other dumb shit. Don't nobody want to be around that. Nobody wants to be around that. So I don't want nobody fucking ever looking at Black Sun sideways because he banned somebody. This is his shit. People forget that. That's why when I was on my channel, when we was chopping it up, I said, I don't give a fuck. If Black Sun wanted to do that, he's not the only person over in the Solar Debate League who has their own channel. He don't have to be uncomfortable with some motherfucker who's calling him a pedo. And who is motherfuckers saying, oh, people nephews got sacrificed and all this other shit. Like, and don't nobody want to keep dragging every day. Y'all tell me every day, oh, gynocracy, you just all about the drama. I got motherfuckers over here who really feel like I'll just zap out and cuss them out. All because, no, boo boo, I have ADHD. I talk over people because if I don't, I will forget what the fuck I said. If I wanted to cuss you out, I would just cuss you out. And people forget that when Black Sun turned, people forget that I wasn't saying shit to this man for 3 fucking days. When Black Sun decided to turn up, I was with it. Why? Because that's my motherfucking nigga, and you're not finna play with fucking Black Sun. Trust what people do, not what the fuck people say. Damn, I can't give you any of my other shows. Why you say that, Trevor? Why you say that, Trevor? No, but I'm just sitting here like, bro, what the fuck? Like, leave this man, don't, like, fuck out of here. I'm not trying to hear none of that. That's like, yo, stop acting pussy, yo. Stop acting pussy. Stop acting like we owe people on this shit something, yo. When people come for you hard body like that, you gotta baller block their ass hard body. When somebody come for you hard body, when somebody come for your reputation and they talk about you mess with little kids, you're not supposed to fuck with that person. That's no part of the motherfucking game. That's not part of the motherfucking game. And that's how I am, yo. I'm aggressive about that shit. Like I said, I might have some very Miss Andrea's talking points, yo, but I don't play about the black man and that shit, yo, because that shit is serious. Same thing with, especially with a black woman too. Really just black people, really just people in general. Why the fuck would you do that? I don't even give a fuck. We don't even go get in the race or gender. I just don't fuck with that type of energy. What you lying for? And you know what you doing though? When you do that, you actually undermining real victims, yo. Real victims who actually went through that. When you put that on somebody. Because there's a lot of mother effers out there that you can be pointing fingers to or whatever who actually have charges that's been doxxed or whatever. You don't care about that. You just wanna lash out when you mad. That's not cool, yo. At no point in time should that have been said. At no point in time had you been coming for people's families and death and stuff like that, trying to make people chest hurt, not based off the information, but based off really coming for their feelings, coming for their fuck. Like, yo, that's too far. Why are you talking about basically people, kids? I look at people, niece and nephews, if they got some type of relationship. That's that man kids. Yes, he's an uncle. That's his kids. You're fucking trifling. You're trifling. We ain't going. We ain't going. Then you talk about somebody death. You talking about a child death. And you trying to exploit it to try to one up somebody in a debate or a conversation about squashing beef. You're a piece of shit. I like in real life, motherfuckers would curb stomp a nigga like that. Y'all geeking. Y'all geeking. Y'all are geeking, and I'm not letting it go. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not letting it go. Stop the pussy shit. Yo, you don't have to fuck around. He's not even part of debate league. What's the issue? He's not even part of debate league. Why do we have to talk to him? Who act like that? I don't like that type of behavior. Oh, Black Sun up here. Oh, what's up, Black Sun? I'm gonna go on mute. Let you talk.
Oh no, you good, baby? No. I was just, yeah, I'm checking out the show. Shoot, go do your thizzle.
Yeah, Black Sun. Hold on, yeah, Black Sun. I'm just tired of people acting like you crazy, and they not gonna say it, come out and say it, but they like, oh yeah, I don't want nobody to think that Black Sun is a tyrant, like so. What? Get the fuck, like, no, we ain't going. I don't like stuff like that, yo, because I take it very seriously, Black Sun. I take that serious. What's wrong with people, yo? Why is y'all acting like this man ain't doing a whole bunch of bullshit? We don't even have to talk about it, but you making it seem like, oh, let me explain some shit. What are you explaining to him? We We can debate the Constitution anytime. Shit, we can do it in house. Like what? What's going on?
How
Like
do I sound? Got not see my mic good.
your mic good. Hold on, I might go on mute real fast because I gotta get my son together. You can go ahead if you want.
Okay, okay. Shout out the Gynocracy. Shout out. So Gynocracy, the reason I came on here is that yeah, I feel like damn, we gotta redo the covenants. Got to redo the covenant because I don't know if you seen Sister Noble's video this morning. She on some bullshit this morning. But I know who her handler is. I know who the handler is, and so yeah. And yep, Lex is buying that shit too. But so yeah, yeah, I'm waiting to see you get on because yeah, we got to discuss this, man. It's some real slick shit going on, real slick shit going on, and yeah, we got to redo this covenant again. We got to say, I don't say Sister Noble's name, Sister Noble, don't say my name, don't say my name no more because you do the bidding of Leah Mohammed. So no, no, I told you when it comes to Leah Mohammed, she can come see me in court. She can take that shit to court, and same with Lex and anybody else. Because I asked you, Sister Noble, does Black Sun have a lawyer? You said yes, so you know what time it is. But your cronies don't seem to know what time it is. They don't seem to know what time it is. So this forward, don't mention my name in any more videos. I won't mention your name in any more videos. And we back to the covenants. We back to the covenant once again.
Can you hear me? Oh, my phone would have froze
I
real
can
fast.
hear you. Yeah, babe. Yeah, you
But
good. You
but
good.
yeah, we were just laughing and shit. we were just
But you know, when you got handlers, they want things to go a different way. When you got handlers, when you got people pulling your puppet strings, things go a different way.
Oh yeah, Black Son, your platform is definitely more needed than what we can understand. It's a lot of people following people for no reason blindly. And they
Right,
really
right,
fuck with people like us the long way. You know what I'm saying?
right.
They get around us, they start laughing, we charm
Yeah,
them to death or whatever. And they get around their handlers, like you said, and
yeah.
they can't take
They're they're misery. They're misery pimps. They're
it.
misery pimps like Lex, like goddamn Aaliyah Muhammad. And Aaliyah Muhammad, like I will say your name and goddamn you talk about going to court. Take me to court, you dumb fat sloppy bitch. Take me to court. Let's see what'll stand in the courtroom. Shit. But you goddamn Noble following her blindly and shit. Damn, her handler. But you know, like I said, Noble, don't mention my name. I won't mention your name. Are we cool with that? Guidocracy, are we cool with that?
I'm cool with that. We
Okay,
like
so
that's
this yeah,
crazy.
this point on, yeah, I don't want my name mentioned in any video. She'll mention her name in any more videos. Both, yeah, we don't
Wow.
mention any others' name because I don't like that fuckery that her handler is having her doing. Handler Lex and because she told her to make apologies to Lex. Well, she don't even
What?
know that
Oh
Lex. Right.
no!
Yeah,
Wait a
yeah,
minute. Hold
yeah,
up. I'm gonna go on
yep.
mute. Hold on.
Okay. I always want to keep some shit going, man. Tired of this fuckery. Shout out to Juju. Shout out to Trevor. Yeah, Trevor, we're doing this shit early in the morning. Oh, Juju, you missed our last show. We had some questions for you, but it turns out the stuff going on that we had questions about was actually in Florida, not New York. They were saying that there were African women that had fake certifications, and I was like, oh shit, I got to get Juju on the phone or on the show. But then it turns out it was actually in Florida. It was in
Damn,
it
that's
was in
random as
Trevor's. Yeah, it was in Trevor's neck of the woods. Okay, you back, babe? Oh shit. Oh, he overloaded me like hell, dude. That's too much, bro.
I'm
He
fucking dead. They're
overloaded
fucking what?
me.
Wait, you said what? They did what, Black Son? Hold on.
Okay, let's go back to the beginning. Let's go back. I'm not surprised. Okay, so
I'm fucking dead. They really fucking tried to act like they was nurses.
Yeah, yeah, that's a whole. I'm gonna let MD come on that because he has the article, man. He'll tell that
I
article
can't
right
believe.
there. Yeah, but they had fake. They were giving out fake certifications to nurses, and like a lot of the nurses were not real. We thought it was New York, so I was like, "Oh, let's get Juju on here," but no, it turns out it was actually Florida.
Florida
So
always got
yeah,
some madness going on.
yeah, Florida got some man. Florida be on some bullshit. Florida be
Man,
on some bullshit. Indeed, indeed.
man, I wonder. I feel so bad, man, because I be wanting black people to get away with dumb shit like that. Cause I'm toxic. I'm not even gonna lie.
I don't think you. I don't think you're toxic. That's just my opinion. That's just me. I just think. But I tell you, who I think is. See, I don't consider you toxic, but you ask for paperwork. You ask for proof. Toxic is somebody
hmm
taking something somebody heard and running with it,
Right.
running with
I do
nasty
need proof.
rumors. Yeah, that is toxic. But it is what it is.
Um, that's one of my biggest. I've always been like that since I've been on here. Even the situation when I found out that my homeboy actually had an egregious charge. It was did have an
Right,
egregious
right.
charge,
Yeah. Oh,
but
by the way, I just got a text that Noble is on Lex channel now. See what I mean by handlers? See what I mean by
what's going
handlers?
on? Yo, what? I'm confused.
Yeah.
Yo, I'ma just
See
pray
what I
for
mean?
him. Cause
See
I
what
like
I mean?
yo,
See what I mean?
sis, bro, what's going on?
What's going on is bunch of shit, bunch of bullshit.
Why is
Handlers,
people acting like
handlers.
that? These waiting the water ass Negroes. What the fuck?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
For other Negroes, not even for the white man.
Right, right,
I'm telling you right now, like I every day I just don't like black land. I thought I would want black land, but y'all y'all just really want to follow like y'all really want to be followed. It's weird. I just don't understand.
Well, that's because you don't want to be part of no cult.
I grew up in one. Like I grew up in one. I like my whole
Right.
family Jehovah's Witness, and I see the patterns of behavior, and it made my life harder. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? It made my life harder.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like my mom
Absolutely.
put me out at 18 because I didn't want to go, to the Kingdom Hall, and I was
Right.
helping her pay bills.
That's right.
Before when she was ready to get put out, and I didn't know she let me move back in with her. Um, and I was helping her pay bills again, and we got put out anyway. She didn't tell me we was gonna get put out anyway. And
Right.
like I don't know, like I just went through so long of just struggling because of the shunning and the back and forth, and then the whole time my family would act a certain way. And I'm talking about the ones that don't
Right.
even go to the Kingdom Hall no more. I'm like, bitch, you don't even go to the Kingdom Hall no more. Why are you treating me any type of way? Like you don't
Mm-hmm.
because they still
Right.
believe in it, but they don't practice it. They'll just
Right.
still like shun you. And even
Right.
as a child, they kind of do it. They know they'll say they're not supposed to do it to the children, but they'll shun the children too and make them feel away.
Right.
It's just really
Okay.
cruel. I look at shunning as cruel, but like I feel like I'm not care what nobody say. Noble is worse because she'll break the shunning and then she'll go back to shunning. And
Right. Yeah. And what
it's
I
like
hate about it is that people like Lex and Sister Mohammed will take advantage. I don't even say Sister Mohammed. Aaliyah Mohammed will take advantage because they know her condition is not stable. They know that, what I'm saying, her mind is not, I mean, she means well, but, she's very impressionable and she loves drama. I'm just going to keep it 100. She loves the drama and she will delve headfirst into the drama. And people like Lex and they will try to paint a narrative and a picture and all that. Yeah, it's crazy, because
right. And I hope nobody's taking her seriously, but I think people just hate
no, they
watching for
not.
real.
Yeah, no, they not. They not. No, they do it for the drama, just for the sake of drama. But they know, no. I mean, it's just a bunch of silliness at the end of the day. Bunch of goddamn immature, silliness, toxicity, whatever you want to call it. And it's just like, yo, elevate yourselves, but they can't.
Right.
They can't elevate themselves, and that's why Lex goes around saying, "Oh, people sacrifice their nephew," and put in the chat that people are pedophiles and all that. And I'm like, dude, grow the fuck up, nigga,
Mm-hmm.
because it's always the ones who don't have shit that always talk about, oh, the system, this and that. Nigga, you ain't got shit to lose. Broke ass nigga. Broke ass nigga.
Scabbard ass nigga putting shit on private all the time, then trying to post shit for free, and then trying to
Right.
double dip, and then put it on the Patreon. I don't like when people do that. Like that's why I don't pay for people memberships no more, because you're
Right.
a double dipping ass motherfucker, and it's only so much I could watch,
Right.
and then come to find out when I did.
Oh shit.
Yeah, one on one.
My
Like
bad.
what happened?
I don't know. I think you. It might have been my phone, but it went out and then it came back on.
Okay, like StreamYard is weird. It's so irky. I think that's what it is.
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah. That's
But
why I have to
yeah,
keep asking you how I sound because I know my damn phone be in and out.
Black Son, I just don't want nobody to start acting like they pussy. Like, they got an answer to this fuck nigga. Why you feel like you got answer? Answer the hell? I feel like that's what people doing. And I don't like that shit.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Now, if you Team Arena, you can go where you want to. But I want to know, it's not making no sense. The comparison is not making no sense. Black Son don't go around slandering people, children. And I'm not saying nephew no more. I'm saying children, because that was his children. Okay, use piece of shit.
Wait. Say it
Like I
again.
just
I,
don't
didn't, I
like
didn't
it.
catch that, babe. I didn't catch that.
I'm saying Rio nephew, like
Oh
the
yeah.
way
Yeah.
he
That's right.
talk
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
it, you
Exactly.
could
Yeah.
tell
That
it
was
hurt
whack.
him. I said, no, those his kids. Okay,
Right.
because they his family at the end of the
That's
day.
right.
You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? Because
Facts.
he would have did anything for them before they passed away. But I'm like, that's so fucked up. Yo, that's a child death, and you exploiting it just to
Right.
try to one up somebody in what argument exactly? You
Facts.
keep lying, talking about somebody stole some battle rap from you, and it's just like blacks people already said you into bestiality and shit. People could say that about you. And I actually just defended that slander for absolutely no reason. We was just chilling in the chat, talking to Yanga. That's why Black Son went in on you, because he was like, "No, we ain't fucking going for this bullshit." And you still talking shit about me, and you don't have to, because you losing the debate. Not even when you lose the debate, you just want to talk shit for no reason. You wasn't even doing bad in that back and forth for Black Son. You was talking shit just because. So you can't use that excuse. Oh, he was mad because he was losing. Why do y'all engage with that shit under the guise of what? For the league? And he's not part of the league? I'm trying to understand, Black Son. Why do they feel the need to talk to him?
Oh, because I mean, I don't know. But you got to look at who's following him. They like drama too. Aaliyah likes
I'm not
drama, and so
talking.
does Nova.
I'm not
Who are you talking
talking
about?
about that. I'm talking about anybody from the arena to feel the need to stand up for the arena. Like Yanga said, I feel like Yanga, come on now. Don't like we can debate the Constitution and Blackland like with any of the dark side members that choose to come over here, or just like I just felt like that was uncalled for.
Well, I
Because
think
when
what
he,
he was doing, this is what my understanding was, that he wanted to just say that, the beef between me and Lex was just between me and Lex. It wasn't between the arena and Dark Side. I think that's what he was. I think that's what Late Yanga was referring to.
he still cloud watch us, and you know what, Black Son, I need you to really. I'm gonna try to. I gotta look up how to look up the cloud watchers, because I know how to do it. I forgot how to do it because they
Okay.
just changed the settings in YouTube Studio. He probably still watch us. You don't need to say nothing to him. What's up, Yanga?
Mm, 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 mm. Oh, Billy Younger. That's what we was doing, Younger. Ha, 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 Younger. Went over there under the guise of trying to stand up for the arena. It's like, but no, I understand what you meant because no, we didn't have that panel on your channel. So you're right, Black Sun. You did have it on my channel, so I see what you're saying. Because you was saying fuck dark side like 5 times, real hard.
Yeah, but me and Yanga did a show yesterday where I cleared that up and said I don't have no beef with Inyame. I don't have no beef with brother King Kofi. That was my beef between just me and Lex because Lex is with the dumb fuckery with the goddamn messy shit. That's just Lex. That's not
Right.
everybody's
You're
grown.
right, because
And like I
I did
said,
enjoy the
I
build with
said this
them.
too. I said this too. I said the views and opinion of the arena does not. Or, I'm sorry. The views and opinions of Black Sun does not reflect that of the arena. So it's not going to be no arena Dark Side beef because I don't have no beef with Dark Side. I have a beef with Lex with that
Right,
fuckery that he does. He goes
right.
around here and does that bitch shit. That was some bitch shit he said about goddamn Rio's goddamn nephew. That was some bitch shit he left in the chat of what he said about me. So that's what I have a qualms with. That bitch
Mm-hmm.
shit that he does and the bitch shit that he continues to do.
Right.
That's where I'm at with that. So yeah, that's where I'm at with that. That's I don't want anything to get spun out of control. That's what it's between me and Lex. The fuck
Okay.
nigga Lex. Yeah, that's what it
I'm
is.
glad you was able to calm down though, because I mean, I'm riding with you either way, no matter how you feel. So I agree. You know what I'm saying? I
I
was
can
with
understand
you
what you're saying,
when you was
baby.
like, hold
Baby,
on, I
baby,
was eating
so,
the cookie
so you
myself.
know, baby, you
I
sound
was
like
eating
this.
the
Well,
cookie.
I'm
No, I
your,
was eating the cookie. Be quiet.
baby, please don't do that to me because I can't understand what you're saying. Please,
No,
please,
but
I
I was
gotta.
saying, damn, I forgot what I was gonna say. No, I was gonna say, I'm with you no matter what you was gonna do though. You know what I'm
Huh?
saying? I was gonna say that I was riding with you no matter what you was gonna do. Like even when you was like F dark side. Like I was like, all right.
Oh no,
Like
no, no. But you know,
and
but
then
I
when you was like,
reacted. Yeah, but what I'm saying is
let me
I
clear it
over.
up. I was like, all
What I'm
right.
Jesus fucking. Yeah. But what I'm saying is I overreacted on Dark Side on like I said because Inyame didn't deserve that, neither did Kofi and nobody else. That smoke was just for Lex. So that's
Right,
what I wanted to clear up. So yeah, me and Yanga we cleared that up. That is was just for Lex only, and I don't mean that Lex. Now Yanga and Lex are grown men. Yanga can go over there anytime. I don't have no problem
right,
with that because
right,
Yanga is going to take freedom. See, that's one thing that Malcolm taught. He said, where,
right,
the Christians do it all the time. Wherever
right,
you preach, the Lord and God, that in the same way with black nationalism. Yanga going to take freedom with him no matter where he goes. Does that make sense to you?
right. And
Right.
I want and that's why I say I don't have a problem with Younger going over there neither. I just was mad at the comparison comment he made. You understand what I'm saying?
I
That's
don't
not
know.
the same. Don't you know when he was talking to you and he was like, I just don't want Black Son to ever be looked at as a tyrant or whatever, like, like Lex. I said, that could never be true. That could never be true in my opinion. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
Well, I think what people get conscrewed is that whatever energy that you feed me, I'm going to return it. So if Lex
yeah,
feeds me that tyrant energy, I'm going to feed it right back to Lex, but only Lex. So I treat every individually based on what energy they give me. If you
right,
cool with me, I'm going to reciprocate that coolness back to you. If you come with some fuckery and some tyrantness, then I'm going to show you what real tyranny looks like. That's all. And Lex, I will be glad to show him some real tyranny.
right,
Glad to show him some real tyranny. I will block him. I will goddamn ban him. I can be tyrannical now if need be. But like I said, but let's be an adult at the end of the day. Let's be an adult. Let's get up. Let's not. Let's step away from the YouTube playground.
right.
And let me just say this. He said that Rio sacrificed his nephew. That is some fuckery, nigga. That is stupid. That's what Black Sun said. And I don't entertain crazy. Only crazy people goddamn talk like that. So Black Sun is not going to do no debates, no discussions, nothing with Lex. No, Black Sun is not going to do that. That's not to say that Ganga can't, have a discussion or anybody else, MD or Trevor. Y'all can talk to that crazy motherfucker. I'm not. Because that was the line for me. That, to me, defines what crazy is. When you say a person can cast a spell and sacrifice, you're talking crazy nigga babble at that point. And I have no more discussion for you. Am I making myself clear? I'm feeling like my mic is maybe popping or something.
It's not
Is my
popping.
audio good?
It's perfect. It's perfect. It's
Okay,
perfect.
okay. So yeah, I just want to make sure that it's clear. Black Sun doesn't have dialogues, don't debate, don't do anything with a person that says a person sacrificed their loved one, their relative for a rap career. I'm not going to conversate with a crazy person like that because that's not the way I was raised. I don't entertain crazy. So what I'm getting on here saying to you, Gynocracy, is I don't want Noble to mention my name, and I'm not going to mention her name. Is everybody in the arena straight with that? Now, this point on, she mentioned my name in any more videos, she's getting drugged
Yeah, I know.
after this point.
I already know
That's
you.
where I'm at
I
with that.
knew you was
Right.
gonna say that. I knew you was gonna say that.
Right. So since you talked to her, you might want to, but she got handlers right now. But like I said, don't want Black Sun to go in because Black Sun can really go in right now.
Yeah, that's clear as day. And see, they may be mad at that because now I see it for what it is. Because we
You
started
see it?
off
Okay.
fresh.
Thank you. Right.
We
Thank you.
started off fresh from the
Right.
beginning because I didn't see anything. I don't know what mess started. I kind of figured out certain things was wise, but we talked, we laughed, we was cool. Everything was cool. Then it's fuck now. It's over now. I don't know what's going on. It's like it's because
What's going
like
on is that
you're not
Noble
telling
has
no lies.
handlers. Yeah, she has
Mm-hmm.
she has handlers. She has handlers, and her handlers told her to go on the leg show and kick up some shit. By handler Aaliyah Mohammed, that's her handler.
Right, right. I understand. I
When I say
understand.
handler, let me make it clear: your puppet master, your master, your big mama. I
Not
don't know
big.
how to big mama, your master, your I don't know what to call it to make it clear for people. That's her handler. And because Leah Mohammed is mad because she got busted out because she talked shit about Nature Mom. But Nature Mom let it go, but I didn't let it go because she won't let it go.
Wait, what? Who talks shit about Nature Mom?
Yep.
Nature Mom? What?
Aaliyah Mohammed in the Imp. Aaliyah Mohammed in the Imp talk shit about Nature Mom.
I'm so confused. Why she said anything about Nature Mom? Do they know
So
each
yeah,
other?
that's fine, and that's why I said, and that's why I even told Yanga, I'm not gonna make peace with these people that talked about because as far as those two people that talked, man, see me in court, bitches. See me in court. There you go. There you go.
All right, Yanga. I'm not mad at you no more. Like I was ready to beat Yanga up. He's like, no, but no, Yanga, you can go where you want. But Noble, you ready to get drugged for
So
filth because
let
I
me
know you're
ask.
not gonna stop. She's
Right. Let
not
me
gonna stop.
ask because you got to understand when handlers do that, the attack is not. See, they're using Noble as a was it as a gimp, as a go out here as a torpedo, as a stooge because of her mental condition. That's what Aaliyah Mohammed's doing. That's what goddamn Alexa's doing. So again, Aaliyah Mohammed, you can see me in court. You can see me in court. So whatever slander you think that you got against me, because I know I got some against you, you gather all the recordings, all the YouTube videos, gather them up, get them ready, and if you want to see me in court, let's have our day in court. And that goes for the imp also. And that's it. Because I'm tired of this. Black son, it's a sinner, this and that. No, 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 no. We're not playing that. Let's go to court and settle this shit in court. Since we want to talk about slander, I'm willing to take my shit to court. That's how Black Son gets down again. And that's it. So I'm done with that. So I'm done with that. So, all right, y'all. So, yeah, man, I didn't mean to crash your show, God Opportunity, but yeah, I just want to let you know that, yeah, we're going to have to revise the covenants once again. And after today, if she makes any videos about me, she gonna get drugged, and that's it. As far as her handler, I will see her handler in court. But you keep listening to the noble, I'm gonna just drag you. I'm gonna drag you. But your handler, I'm gonna take her to court. So that's how I'm playing that. Peep that. Peep that.
Mm. I'm just shocked. This is just crazy. You see, this is too much, man, for no reason.
Wait, say
I
again. I
like
didn't hear you, babe.
it. No, it don't take long to see people to see how people do, because I wanted to see in this scenario for sure what was going on. Because I said, hold on, why, how is Black Son a murderer? What's going on? These people keep saying you a murder, Black Son. What's going on? Like, is it because of your
Oh, you
thumbnails?
talking about? Oh, you talking about? Oh, hold on, hold on. Are you talking about the one who made up the story where I murdered a white guy so I can get his white girlfriend? Are you talking about that slander?
No, but
Are you mentioning that
don't
slander?
forget. Oh, don't
No,
forget
no, no,
that
no, no, no,
you
no, no.
killed
But those are
Daphne.
slanders.
Yes, yes, the slander. Yes.
Right, right. So, right. Okay, let's be clear on this. Right. So, again, I'm not playing no more games. That's right. I'm not playing these games with these people, man. I'm not playing these games. So, but I'm just letting the handler I know that you can't hide behind Noble and say, oh, well, she did it. Like you threw her in front of the Blessed Angel Snupnup's trial. You're not going to be able to do that. You're going to have to come see me yourself.
That's crazy. People making all these mysteries and shit about you. I was like, damn, this is better than true crime. Like, what the hell is going on? This shit is better than true crime. Like, people making up all these mysteries. Hi, Jesse Paris for Denver Mayor.
Che. What up, Che? What up? What up, Che? But yeah, that's it, man. That's all I had to say, man. I'm gonna step down, just listen to the rest of your show. I'm enjoying it, but yeah, I'm just had to I had to just kind of let you know about the truce, or
Oh,
let the
okay.
what the covenant truce, whatever you want to
The
call it. But
covenant.
I just want to
I
let
love
you
when
know,
you
yeah,
say the covenant.
well, covenant
You
truce,
having me
whatever the
get.
hell. Yeah, just say
I
like
said,
we need to
you
make it. Yeah,
not the covenant.
whatever you
You
want to
put the
call it. You know, if you want to
name.
revise it on your page, then so do it. But we got to understand that there is a handler behind the scenes by the name of Aaliyah Mohammed. She pulls uh, noble strings. That is the puppet master.
Mm. That's crazy. That's, damn, y'all need to get out of these cults, y'all. Get out of these
For real.
cults online. I've been dragging people for no reason. Y'all ready to get taken to court. Cause some people not playing with your ass. I just lost my a couple days ago. Besides that, I am all right. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Jesse. I'm sorry to hear that. That's crazy. I lost my grandfather last year. That's crazy. But blessing, not you just hopping on here. You just hit into studio though. Yeah,
Say
that's
that
messed
again.
up. No, somebody lost their grandfather.
Oh, Che. Yeah, I just saw that. I just saw that, man. Shout out to Che, man. Shout out to Che, man. You know, man. Shout out to Che. My condolences to Che, bro.
Yeah, that's all I
If
had
I'm
to
in,
say. You definitely. I'm glad that you brought that up because when I had seen it, I had seen she was reviewing the video, so I thought maybe she was in a good mood. I thought she was like, just
Oh
like,
no, you haven't
when she
seen her
was,
latest video. No, you haven't seen her latest video. She made one just this morning.
oh God, she's so fast too. God damn,
Yeah, you
can't
got to
even
keep.
keep up
That's
with
why
her
I
ass.
keep telling you, you and Yang, y'all. Well, not you, but well, yeah, you and Yang. Sometimes y'all be got to keep up, keep up. Y'all got to keep up, but it's all good.
No, but
It
like
is what
no,
it is.
because like I'm really trying to do a fasting of social media, period. But
Oh, I
I
don't
just
blame you.
wanted to
I
get
don't
this
blame
off
you.
my chest. You know what I'm saying? And I actually, completely deleted YouTube off my phone and disabled it because you can't really delete it, you know.
Got you,
But
got you.
and I was using FloatTube to just meditate all day, and I was just like, well, let me see what's going on. But
Right.
Yang, I knew you wasn't. I know you still Team Arena. I been knew that the whole time. I just want to know what was going on. Like, with I don't like that tyrant comment, but I see that Black Sun said that was his whole point. So okay, so I'm just going. Why is you in the wheelchair? What? That's not Team Arena emoji. What's Yanga saying, Black Sun? What that mean? He plays too much. Oh, okay. I think Black Sun just dropped down because I can't hear a damn thing he's saying, unless he's just working. But anyway, y'all. But yeah, Yang, I ain't never say that. I just wanted to know what was the appeal, because it's only a matter of time before he says something to you. That's only a ticking time bomb, sir. I wouldn't, especially if you keep beating him the fuck up. He's cripping. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Okay, okay. Are you throwing up the gang signs for the arena? I'm thinking that maybe we should come up with a. Yeah, I think that should be the emoji. What emoji do Yanga be using? Yeah, the shield and the sword. That's like perfect. That's why I wanted our Narasima to be the new logo or whatever. I'm gonna keep saying it. I'm gonna keep saying it. But not even just the logo. Like Black Sun, I gotta show Black Sun a tutorial. I need somebody to come up here with a device. I just can't share my stream yard, y'all. Or I might have to do it from my channel and just do a upload. Like while I'm on, because I don't change my cover photo. I'ma just screen record and edit how I change the background to my YouTube because a lot of people don't know how to do it. So I'm definitely gonna do a tutorial on that. Right. Cause that's pissing me off. I know y'all like the old school um cover. Now I keep telling Black Son that the cover that I originally did, I just didn't like at all. So I gotta redo it. Cause I can make it better. He keep me in his mouth. Mm. You said I don't know. Maybe I just got into older back that people got tolerance for certain bullshit. I just don't got tolerance for certain bullshit. I don't like certain behavior. Oh, Black Son's still here.
Yeah, I'm right here.
What?
Yeah, I had a call. I had a phone call. Yeah, I had a phone call. Can you hear
Oh,
me?
okay. I thought he had a phone call. I thought she dropped down because I got the band up.
Oh, yeah, like I said, no, I had got a phone call, but Yanga said drop the link. Let me
Oh,
drop the
okay.
link. Okay, let me drop the link. Oh, you got it? You got it?
Hold on. Let me. Can you do
Okay.
it for me? Because
Yeah, I got it.
I.
Yeah, I got it. I got it. I got it. I got it. Hold on, let me drop the link for Yanga. Invite, copy.
Cause when I'm on my phone, it's so hard to do.
I know, I know. Trust me, I know. And he's on his phone too. That's why he's not just hopping on himself. I can tell. All right, Yanga, there you go. There you go. There you go.
Oh yeah, like the goddamn video, y'all. You dropped it. Let me do it.
I did. Yeah, I just dropped it.
Oh, I see it now. I didn't even
Yeah,
see
it's
it
right.
at first.
Yeah, it's right there.
My high ass.
It might be having. Yeah, it might be having a delay. There we go. Yep. Booyah. Yanga.
Okay,
Okay, he's trying to come in. Yeah, he's on his phone or something.
I got it. I got it.
Okay.
Oh, he already ate it. Okay,
Okay.
Yanga. You gotta give it a second.
Yeah, everybody's on their phone. You, me, and Yanga are all on our phones. Oh gosh.
Yeah, and then
Yes.
sometimes
Yeah.
people would just
Peace. You
randomly
know.
drop off. Oh my.
I think I just heard Yanga.
Okay. Can you guys hear me?
I
You
can
guys
hear
hear
you.
me?
I can hear you. I can hear you. Yes, yes, Yanga. You sound good.
Okay. Good. Good deal. Can you hear me, GTO?
I think she's preoccupied, Yanga.
It's good. Okay.
My
She
phone
probably
keeps
got a
freezing.
little
I can't
mad.
Okay,
wait
there
to
she
get a
go.
new
I just
phone.
jumped
There
on
she
here
go.
for yeah.
Uh
I
oh,
just
now
jumped
you're
on here
breaking
for
up.
a second. Now, GTO, I had to go over there, man. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I'm listening.
Oh, am I good? I know. Can you
No,
guys
you're
hear me?
good,
Am I
Yanga.
coming in and out?
No, no, you're
Okay.
good.
Nah, GTO, I had to go over there. I had to go over there. Black Sun and I spoke. I get why he went off. He made, he has his points. He has his reasons. I would never take that from him. I wouldn't quit if he feels like his character was to that degree. Was not just assassinated, but defamed to such a level. I'm not mad at him going off. I did have to go over though because one of the things that we had to stand on is what we're about at the arena, and that isn't just about trying to the best of our
Right.
ability, stay away from certain attacks. But also, we had
Right.
roasted Lex for Order 66. You know what I'm saying? So I couldn't let my man, and Black Sun's my guy. He knows why I did it. He's a fanatical freedom lover. He knows I'm a lover of freedom. I couldn't let him do I felt like it was kind of reverse Order 66. And it put all of us at the arena in a bad spot. And just like we had asked Darkseid to step up and check Lex for the rhetoric and for the shit, and are y'all fucking with us or are y'all not? I had to go back and let people Inyame, Kofi, Alcatone, a lot of people we fuck with, a Blue, a lot of people we still have exchange with. I had to let them know that my man was upset, Team Arena and everything, but we ain't listening to that shit or who we can and can't fuck with. So that's what that was about. But at no time was I ever in jeopardy or in danger of being swayed to the dark side, as they would say. So I had to say that.
I never said that. I knew you wasn't going over there, but I
Okay.
had to question you. You
Yeah.
know,
Okay. Okay.
I had
What
to
were your
question you
questions?
and
What were your
interrogate you.
concerns? Yeah. What were your questions
So
and
when
concerns?
Blackson just came up here and answered it for me. It's okay. You
Okay.
know,
Okay. Okay. So
Yeah, but wouldn't you
I
rather hear
had
but,
from
one.
Yanga though? I mean, yeah. I mean, Yanga
it's.
explain it.
I mean, Yanga did explain it. I'm cool.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, because I
Mhm.
know
Yeah.
Yanga. No matter where Yanga go represent freedom, because Yanga knows
Yeah.
what defines freedom for him. So yeah, he's gonna
Yeah.
defend that. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Hmm.
I'm
Mm.
just trying to make sure everybody else gets that. The freedoms that's what we're talking about there at the end of the day. Oh, why the hell did I get on the North Terminal? God damn. Yeah, 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 yeah. So it's like, yeah, yeah. Trust me, when Yanga went over there, I can tell you that somehow, some kind of way, Lex says something that didn't line up with Yanga's freedoms. Hey, and that's it. Because again, Lex is a tyrant. That's how I know that.
Mhm. Mhm.
That's
Well,
it.
at the end of the like at the end of the day, like he and I share the same philosophy of separation. I think that we both agree on that. That's probably where that stops at. So at the end of the day, yeah, I'm not gonna conflict because I don't care how much you blacken something up. Oppression and tyranny is still oppression and tyranny. And if I fight that from the white man, I'm not going to let some Negro, because they've learned some African words or they put on some African dress, come and paint oppression black. You know what I'm saying? Non-participation in your freedoms is non-participation in your freedoms. And if you're penalized for your religion, and now I assume also for your sexual orientation, when does the list stop? That's just where it starts. Then it'll be certain, like I say, and I know they holler about, oh, it ain't no reverse racism or colorism. Then it'll be certain skin complexions, and shit doesn't stop. When you begin to start censorship, when you begin to start discrimination, and begin to start targeting people and separating people for their differences, it doesn't stop. And when you deny those people an opportunity to participate in the laws that affect them directly, you're setting up precedents for a bad situation. I mean, I'm like, did anybody study Nazi Germany outside, or does everyone just watch the sound bites when Hitler came to power? Do they not know how he rose to power? It's absolutely amazing.
I can tell you now they're not versed in that, Yang. I can tell you that right now, sir.
You know, and a lot of rose to power was this. You say what?
They're not
What
versed
you
in
say,
that.
Black Son?
I can tell you they're not versed in that, Yang. No, they haven't studied that. No. That's what we're doing. They're not, no, they're new to, they just know about Hitler, they don't know the steps. No, they don't. No, they don't.
Which condemns you, or at least puts you in high risk of repeating the same errors in history. One of the errors that I think that they're making in their black land, or in their philosophy of trying to blacken everything, they remind me of the fanatical Muslims. Like all their history in over there in their interpretation of black philosophy, or what true blackness is, it starts with um, everything, pre-colonization, pre-meeting the white man, pre-meeting the Arab. It starts with everything. And what that does is erase any of the evolution, or any of the progression, or any of the contributions we have made to civilization, or that we have extracted from civilization. So history from Muhammad. They don't count no hit, all of that they call before Muhammad. Oh, before Muhammad. And they start their history after the prophet received prophetship, or after his migration to Medina. This is the same thing that we find them doing. And I think that it's not only dangerous, it's revisionist. It's a rewriting of the history. I understand the psychological warfare that we face. I understand the psychological warfare that we face. However, you are rewriting fucking history. The white man did intermingle with us. The Arab did come and perform those atrocities. We did, either through physical conversion, or through seeing how we could maneuver, what I call our nigga shit. Seeing how we could maneuver, accepted their religions. We haven't embraced them, we have adopted them, we have synchronized them to adjust our culture, our lifestyle, our way of existing. So to say that we haven't taken them and made them distinctly ours, I think is erroneous look. It's not realistic, basically. There's no way you can be black American and just try to discount the fucking influence and effect of colonization, also known as the transatlantic slave trade, the MAFA. There's no way. There is no fucking way. And I think not to factor that in and to begin to build with the very real obstacles that we face, the very real influences into our culture that we face as black Americans over here is a mistake. I mean, I don't know how no one doesn't see that. Is it just me? Am I just beating my chest, and really just spitting rhetoric? Am I not saying anything? Does it not make sense? Y'all got quiet on me. I must be going on a Yang Yang.
My fault. I'm eating cookies right now, but I hear you. I hear you. I hear you.
Yang, can you hear me? Because I don't know if y'all can hear
Yeah,
me.
I can.
Shit. Yeah, no,
I can.
I
I can. I
100%
can.
agree, brother. Yeah, okay, yeah. Is my mic low or is it normal?
No, I can hear you.
Okay, okay, cool deal, cool deal, cool dealio, cool
Yeah,
dealio.
yeah. So, yeah,
Yeah, well, Yang, what I'm
that's
saying is that no, people don't know the lessons. They really don't know the lessons. They don't. They fell asleep during when they were teaching about Hitler, and a lot of them didn't go to history class. They don't know about the KVD. No, they don't.
right.
They don't know about it.
I
That's what I'm trying to
I'm
tell you.
seeing that.
Yeah,
I'm seeing that, and that's why I say, I at times you have to make the distinction. Like I am a black nationalist, but I'm a revolutionary black nationalist. And I have to make that distinction because one of the reasons is a revolutionary is an internationalist. A revolutionary studies revolution even outside of their people. I don't only study Black Revolution, and our participation in Revolution in America and how that looks and translates to us internationally, but also I study the revolutions of other people to see how it is not only feasible, but how you can sustain it. Like we look at Cuba. Cuba has all the. I don't know how long we've had sanctions on Cuba. Cuba has had so many sanctions on them that they still have industry and shit from the 60s and the 70s. You know what I'm saying? But the love of the people and the love of freedom and remembering what Batista did to them, remembering what the imperialist puppet of America, Batista, before the revolution of Cuba, how he had Cuba with classism and the socialization of Cuba, the exploitation of Cuba and Cuba's peoples as Cuba being a satellite or a puppet to American capitalism, basically a home of the mafia,
yeah.
you know.
Hold on, Yang. I gotta address something real quick. So let me address Trevor. Trevor, um, let me say this, and I'm gonna say this one last time. Um, I can't even remember the dude's name right now. Lex is a cancer. Lex is a cancer. So that's all I want to say to address that. Okay, keep going, Yang. I'm sorry.
That's it.
That's it. Anybody says that somebody
Let me
takes their
see.
nephew and
Let me see.
for sacrifice their nephew for a ritual is a fucking cancer. So that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. No, you know what?
So
I didn't check it, Trevor, about him saying GTO was a cancer because he's entitled to his opinion. She may
Right. I
just
just gave my
absolutely
opinion.
get under.
Yeah.
Yeah, she may absolutely get under his skin. And I'm not going to come on his platform and regulate his platform.
no, I'm his cancer. So thank you for
As long as
doing
he
that.
didn't refer to
Thank
her
you
who
for
wouldn't
doing
have.
that, Yango, for the law of assumption. I appreciate that, Yango. You're so smart.
What's
Thank you
that?
for
Break
that.
it
Well,
down.
did I miss something? I'm sorry. Did I miss something?
No, I said no when Yanga said she gets
I missed
under
something.
his skin. No, I said when Yanga said she gets under his skin. And I was like, because I said I'm his cancer. I'm Lex cancer. So I was like, thank you for doing
Oh,
that,
oh,
Yanga,
oh,
for the
oh.
law of assumption. you know,
Oh, was it?
get that nigga
Yeah,
skin
Uh,
cancer. Had that
absolutely.
nigga looking like albino. Because he's talking about, kill the biracials and shit.
Absolutely. Shit, his
Fucking
reality.
weirdo.
Yeah, that was his reality.
I
You
can't
know,
believe that threw me
and
off
like
too. I was like, wait, what? The biracials
what's
gotta
that?
go too? When people say
Man,
biracials
everybody.
aren't black,
Yeah, they're on something different over there. But like I to go and to end that thing, like Trevor said. So yeah, if he feels that way, that she's his cancer, she's on in
oh,
the
you breaking
side.
up now, Yanga.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
yeah,
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 we can hear you now. We can hear you now.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
You
We
guys
all
had
on the
lost me for a
phones.
minute.
No, no, no. You good. You good,
Okay,
Yanga. You good. Yeah.
so we all on the phone. You walking around?
Yeah,
Let me
we
do this thing.
all on the phone.
So,
Yeah.
like she said, if okay, yeah. So our phones are going in there. So like I was saying though, yeah, if she gets under his skin, she's his cancer. Yeah, he has to deal with that. As long as the words weren't derogatory, weren't defaming or dehumanizing, then I'm not going to address that. What I did tell him though, and I like what she said, certain things she was going to back away from. She's rocking with Team Arena. like I told him, man, I'm not over here to talk about my team, but I'll stand it. I'll take the charges. I'll face it. No biggie, no biggie. I think more than anything, and this is why I was telling Son about really, just I know you're pissed and everything, but certain things you have to dial back is because I really do think that's a distraction. I think GTO up is a distraction for some other areas that he's trying to push and promote that has very big loopholes. And when you point out those loopholes, we have to go to avenues or to areas that he thinks that the arena is lacking in, and that's the main thing that I think it might question at times, and that's our intention.
Yeah, your
You
mic
said
is
what?
breaking up.
That's a matter of opinion.
Yeah,
Oh, was I
you
coming in and out?
yeah, you
Yeah,
was a little
your
bit.
Yeah, my
phone's
phone.
terrible.
Yeah, my phone is whack. So
Yeah, we just dragging our phones on here and shit, breaking up. I definitely
Yeah,
need a new phone, y'all. It's
for
bad.
sure, for sure. Damn.
for sure, for sure. So yeah.
But yeah, I'm in a good mood. I'm ready try to organize this goddamn BDSM book that I'm supposed to be publishing soon, y'all. I gotta get it together. Okay, my 2 books. I'm almost finished my first book called Fatso. I gotta redo the chapters because I'm just so confused on which is which. I just gotta organize it and put it in order,
Mm.
and then I can publish it. But my eyes is burning. Oh my god! But it's so good. It's basically like a mix between 50 Shades of Grey and Power. Y'all ever seen the Power series on Stars? Y'all never seen Power
Hmm.
No,
with 50 Cent?
no, ma'am.
Yeah,
Okay,
No, ma'am.
okay.
Again,
So
I
remember,
I've
haven't
seen
seen
an
it. I've heard of
episode
it.
or two.
okay, so it's like y'all heard about 50 Shades of Grey, right? Like the
Hmm.
BDSM book. Like it's like a mix between that and with the little bit of urban kind of like mixed in it because it's all black people. It's
Hmm.
about a girl. She works at a vault. It's about this girl. Her name is Bunny, and she's works at a vault, and she's the fastest worker there. But her boss comes and embarrasses her in front of the whole in front of all her coworkers. And when she goes to the bathroom and cry,
Oh, no, ma'am.
her boss hand her this card with his name on it, and it say Master Jacob. And they end up dealing with each other. And down the line, when they dealing with each other, she found out that about that she like pain and stuff like that. And in the BDSM world, it's rare that people really into pain because people on porn exploit that shit and it's not real. So when she found this out, he kind of like take advantage of it because she start to want to leave him because she found out like he into like selling drugs and shit like that. That he like do this shit for real. Like he moving hella weight. So he thought even though he beat her, she don't know that it's abuse because afterwards, like he kind of like take advantage of her, and that's when the sex come. And yeah, it's just a real good book.
Oh, that sounds like it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, it's gonna be fire or whatever because
I'm
you get
writing
to
me a
see
book too.
for real what it's called. Oh, no, this book is called
Uh,
Fatso, by the way. But what's your
yeah.
book called?
Uh, Al- it's called Alpha Beta, a guide to the black man to being a guide for the black man to be a support to the strong black woman.
What? Okay. You said alpha beta, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It
We'll
was.
see.
Is it going to be about how
See
women is
how
mostly
just
attracted
some
to beta
advice to my
males?
brothers and through the years, just really, huh? It's called Alpha Beta. It's really about being a support to your woman, knowing that you can be an alpha. A support position doesn't necessarily mean that you're not taking the lead or that you're being less than what manhood is defined as. So, it's just about not, one of the chapters is about being an accessory. It talks about taking the lead and being an accessory to the woman and not the woman's lead, letting her have her space, letting her define her role, letting her have her shine, and realizing that it's not a problem. See, most men have a problem with being an accessory. They have to be the center of attention. And so,
Yeah,
you have to be that. Yeah, you have to be that thing that's useful, like an accessory, like a pocketbook. It looks cute, it looks good, but it also has a purpose. So just being comfortable with being an alpha beta, being comfortable in your role, knowing how to be strong, a silent support. It was like I watched the actor say one time. It was Will Smith, actually. He said when he went to acting class, he learned how to do scenes when you're just like what they call a fill-in or like a cameo. How to just look, not even saying nothing, but how to stand there and look and capture the scene just when the camera pan past you. It's that type of thing. Knowing how to be in your own, being comfortable, maintaining your maleness, your masculine energy, not feeling challenged and threatened while your woman is in her element and doing her thing. So that's basically what the book is about. Different chapters on that. So yeah. Alpha Beta, the black men, black women. Look for it in Barnes and Nobles. Coming to you soon.
oh my God, I love it. I love it. I love that concept because I'm dead serious because I be trying to tell niggas in a manosphere, like, and I never got a chance to really tell them, like, bro, most women are attracted to beta males and it's okay. Y'all don't know that y'all missing pieces that are hierarchy where it's like niggas that's lower than beta that you're not supposed to get with. And it's broken down on certain platforms. I forget what it is. This hypergamous channel break it down or whatever. I'm trying to think what's her name. Cleo underscore. Hold on. But I'm trying to think, is it like gamma or some shit? Or like you know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about, Yanga?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mm-hmm.
gonna come right
I
up.
don't know which Greek it is, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's one. I know it's ones that's lower than beta, and they always just be like, "You a beta nigga," and I mean, like, it don't even fit for who they talking about. Like, the dude just be lazy, the dude could be let's just go with this. The dude could be a total crackhead, and what you really mean is this nigga's a zeta, okay? And
Mm-hmm.
so, which is I think that's the lowest one. It could be
The
gamma.
Zetas, yeah.
The zetas, okay, so the zetas is the lowest of the low. A goddamn crackhead, right? I mean, a not functional at all, no job, dirty clothes, bum. That's a zeta, the lowest of the low, right? Sometimes they could
Mm-hmm.
be talking about that, right? Somebody that live in a mama basement though, whole time they a zeta.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna call him a beta? No, 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 motherfucker. Don't go. Don't call him no beta. I
Right,
get
right.
so mad, yo, because they don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
No, most women like betas because they say that betas is more of a support system, just like how you saying in
Mm-hmm.
your book. And it's just like the alphas, they say a man that's a straight alpha, it's not that the relationship is not gonna work. It's just that some women might just be too sensitive or whatever. And they say, let's say
Mm-hmm.
he unintentionally hurt the woman and he a straight up alpha and she start crying. They say straight up alpha not gonna know what to do with that. Him like, what the fuck? Like
Mm-hmm.
they can
Mm-hmm.
possibly
Yeah,
get
wrong with
through
you.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that type energy. Like, why is you crying?
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
sometimes he's
Yeah.
stoic and you know, sometimes he might not be with an alpha woman. He might not, is
Mm-hmm.
that a myth? You know what I'm saying? I feel like there's a hierarchy even with, women. And then you got to think
Absolutely.
about the sigma male as well. There's a sigma.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A
Yeah.
loner.
Yeah.
And I know people say
Absolutely.
that they're,
I believe
that,
in alpha women. Yeah, I believe there's
yeah,
a
me
thing called
too.
alpha women.
That's why I change. That's why I want, when you see my other channel name, it say, uh, the black female sigma. And you was like, who the fuck is
Mm-hmm.
this? Because I was like, hey, ganga, mermaid emoji. He was like, what?
Uh,
And I was mad at you. I said, why you don't know my signature? And then Deacon of Reality
yeah.
was like, mermaid emoji.
Right. You had to know it. And I learned it. I don't think. Let me see. Isn't it strange? A black man is the only one that has to stand down while everyone else shines. I don't know how. I don't know what I said that is a stand down. I think that that's one of the problems that we have, Trevor. When you say everyone else is able to shine, when we begin to pattern our relationships with our women after other ethnicities, our women are a special type. Like we are a special type. So, and I found this in the religious community when I'd had, man, a couple of like 2 or 3 divorces in the religious community from my children's mothers based on, and I honestly believe a lot of my trying to impose Arab culture on black women.
You
So I
did
don't
that?
know when you say, yeah, yeah, man, I had wives that wore veils. They didn't speak in public. They wore gloves. They didn't touch men's hands. If a man called my phone and my wife answered, she would hang up. If a man said hello, she would hang up.
You was toxic?
You know,
You
straight
used to be
toxic,
toxic? You still
straight
like
toxic.
what made you change? What one of them banged you?
Nah, I woke up one morning and
You got
felt like I was
stabbed
getting
in your
played.
arm?
Nah, religion played me. I woke up one morning and looked at my son's mother. I had 2 wives. I looked at my son's mother and I said, I'm tired of getting played. I have 2 wives. I have 2 homes. I live out of a duffel bag. I'm running back and forth. Neither one of my wives worked. I didn't believe in the women working and stuff like that. So I was driving trucks. I'm, busting my ass. I don't have time to read and pray. And I woke up and I said, where's the God in this? I see me conforming. I see me complying. I see me paying bills. I'm doing everything I do. I'm getting this lip from these sisters. This is not working out. I said, where's the God in all this? And I realized that I had began to neglect God in it, the God in me. And I began to think that my obedience to God was in outward shows of ritual practice or in aesthetics and things that I wore. So when I began to wake up in the God in me, I began to want to do things that was right for me. And that particular lifestyle, after, man, almost 20 some years of that lifestyle, I just was like, nah, this ain't me. Yeah.
Mm.
Yep, yep. So, and then and when I did that, I began to just pay attention to our community, and in particular, whom I think is one of the strongest pillars in our community, women. And I started practicing the art of listening. Now, does my view change overnight? No. Do I still have some things to work on?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's like, no, let me stop.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You
But I
see me
think
and
I'm
Gigi was
taking the
like, oh, nigga, you belong in a manosphere. And you was like, what?
okay. What some of them I'd have to peep over there. I know that because I'm not under the illusion that I'm just this healed reformed character. So I know I have things to work on. That's what I go back and forth with Trevor with. I'm gonna be honest, no disrespect, Trevor. I be feeling like Trevor caping. I feel like Trevor be caped. He's Captain Cave, man. He got a cape in
No,
the
he's
club.
not. He's not Cave.
Man,
He's
Trevor be
definitely not
caping.
Cave.
Trevor
Listen.
gets the caping. Yeah.
He's not like no, he's not capable. I don't know because I've seen so many gorilla simps on here. Like Trevor is not that. Trust me. That's why I'm like, I look at a woman caper as like a gorilla simp, like because at this point, I mean, it's such a back and forth. Like certain things he say, he just stand on or whatever, but he definitely has his opinions on black women. He go hard. Don't get it fucked up.
Hmm.
Like I've heard
Hmm.
like me and like, and that's why before Trevor, you guys pay attention because of my name and because like Trevor see that I have some misandrous views and he has some red pill talking points. He be like, ooh, we need to defend nobody. Like we just cleared that up yesterday and was laughing. You know what I'm saying? But at the
Yeah.
same time, I don't see him as having on the cake because I don't ever see him being a gorilla simp. You know what I'm saying? Like
Okay. Okay.
I
Yeah, I
like
don't
trust
think
me.
he's a gorilla simp. I don't think he's a gorilla simp. I think with Capen, I think that Trevor has some damn leave it to beaver notions. I think Trevor has some
What?
1950, 1960 notions of family. I don't
Oh
think
well.
that they're very practical. Yeah. I don't think they're practical and realistic towards our time. I think that they're
Now that I
antiquated
agree with.
cultural
Yeah.
practices. Yeah,
I
I
agree
think
with
that
that.
they're antiquated cultural practices. And I could get it. Him being, if his parents are from somewhere else and the family structure where he from is strong and it looks a different way, and Papa play this role and Mama play that role. I get it. Here's the unfortunate reality. Like what he's saying, niggas have laid down on the job down here. And so black women have had to step up, and so there's a whole new dynamic. You got black women stepping up, you got black men stepping up. They're going to have to forge their way. They're going to have to begin to negotiate this new cultural understanding and make it work for us as a people. Like one of the things was when I got into my family, and I always tell brothers about this, black men are going to have to do better about accepting blended families. We're going to have to do better about accepting blended families. Most of you brothers are raising some other brother's child. And guess what? There is some man with your woman probably raising your child. So we have to do better with the communalism and communicating. I have a communal family. I have a bonus boy. My bonus boy turned 18. I'm so happy. I've been in my bonus boy life since he was 2 years old. One of the things his father and I got understood is that shit, we co-parents. Listen, I'm his dad too. This is how this works out. And so when my son was born and he goes with his brother, the father and I had a talk long time ago, because now they kick it. I was like, I don't do ups and uhs. That's your son too. And he adopted that mentality. So when my biological son goes, his son's brother, therefore vicariously making him his bonus son, or through association or proxy making his bonus son, I expect for him to look out, to nurture, to chastise and discipline, to correct, my son just like he would his son, within the parameters that we set. Now, I don't do hitting and beating, so I don't expect nobody to hit and beat my child, but yeah, so those are the type of things that are new in our society, or they're not necessarily new, but they're things in our society that are more blatant. They're more open now. And so that we have to deal with those things openly. So our behavior in raising families and adopting the attitude of communalism when it comes to blended families is something that should be looked at. So I think that I said all that to say, I think that holding old customs and traditions, trying to romanticize some type of golden era where the black family looked a particular way, is not really going to be as beneficial as it could be if we, yes, hold those standards, look to those standards, but find modern ways to achieve them. Did any of that make sense, or did I just go on a whole tirade?
No, it made sense, but yeah. Like Trevor saying he mad because he can't come up because he at work. Now y'all go ahead. Listen. We gonna get to chop it up because we going
Yeah.
on Friday. We going on Friday, but I'm gonna definitely come on and give my opinion or whatever. Because he's talking about this picture. Because he not gonna be. Listen, watch his opinion on this picture. You know what he's talking about? The
Uh,
ASAP Rocky and Riri picture.
no, I've been hearing about it, man. Like, I'd be so disconnected from that shit. What's up with the
No,
picture?
this is actually no. I'm happy that you didn't see it because now it could be a surprise when we can review it together. I ain't gonna give it
You
away
know I'm
because
gonna
then
go
you're
look
gonna
it
say
up.
your
You
opinion.
know I'm gonna go look it up.
You're not gonna know what I'm talking about though. It's very specific. Trust me. It's very specific.
Yeah,
You see it?
you said.
You looking it up. Don't look it
No,
up.
I'm not looking. I'm not looking it up. I'm actually reading. I'm actually sitting there reading the chat.
Oh,
You say
okay.
y'all should stop having. I think women should commune together and stop having babies because single motherhood is growing. I want the next generation to starve these niggas of children. Yeah. So I'm just sitting there reading some of this stuff. Want the kids from different guys. Yeah, yeah, I get it. I get it, Trevor. That can be, that can be complicated. It can be complicated, especially if the guys don't have an understanding. Especially if the guys don't. It's tough being, that's why I say I make a distinction between black men and niggas, because it's tough being the black man dealing with a bunch of niggas because it will draw you back into nigga shit. You dealing this sister with the baby, and
Do
this
you believe
dude
that
come
niggas
up.
can be reformed? Do you believe that niggas can
I
be reformed?
absolutely, I believe. Listen, I believe nigga is a superpower. I hate how we cheapen it. It is. Nigga is what is how we survive. We cheapen it. We have to jump into nigga mode sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I believe
Thank
nigga
you.
is
Now
distinctly
you see what I'm
distinct.
saying? Yes,
Yeah,
embrace
no,
it. Embrace it. Say
yes,
what I'm saying.
I always have. I think we cheapen it though, or we when we generalize it, we don't. It doesn't have. To me, how I use nigga, it doesn't have that connotation of, yo, this is like a superpower. This is how we got over. If I say everybody my nigga, everybody dude that's melanated. He might not be a black man and he might not be a nigga. He might be an Uncle Tom, but he black as
Yep,
fuck.
thank you. Yep, yep.
You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't call him a nigga because he don't get it. You be like, yeah, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't. What do you mean? He gonna tell the police. He ain't gonna do no nigga shit. No, no, no. Can't do that. You be like, but shit. I mean, this is and I ain't got, and this is how we gonna get it. No, no, no. And I'm gonna inform the authorities. So he ain't black or he's not a nigga. So I don't use nigga in a generalization like that. Nigga is almost a superpower. You almost gotta be hip and slick to be a nigga. Now I hate when we do nigga shit. You know what I'm saying? I hate
But
when we have
sometimes
to do
niggas
nigga
can't
shit.
read it. That's what you just
Oh,
said. Sometimes the nigga might
exactly.
jump out because and I
It's
wish you would
needed.
have seen Power because okay, it's this dude in Power, and he's basically like that's why I asked you about reform niggadom because he was reforming himself. You know what I'm saying? He was a thug, a drug dealer,
Mhm.
whatever. He wanted to change his life around. He wanted to open up a record label, and this nigga kept fucking with him, yo. He fucked his girl. You know what I'm saying? Went behind his back, fucked his
Mhm.
girl. He ain't say shit. You know what I'm saying? He was undermining him
Mhm.
in the business. He ain't say shit, but he kept running his mouth after he kept
Mhm.
stabbing him in the back, and he still ain't say shit, yo. And
Is that
then he
power of
just didn't know,
BMF?
huh? No, this
Is
is
that
power.
power of BMF?
This Power.
No, it's that
Kept
the
stabbing.
Book of Canaan. It's the Book of
Yeah,
Canaan. Okay,
yo.
see, I didn't see the big power, but I caught that Book of Canaan. Now I like that.
Yeah, my
Okay,
mother
I see
did
what you're
too. She don't
saying.
even watch Power, but she watched it. Yo, he
Yeah,
kept picking with that man. That man did
yeah.
not know what to do, man. He kept running his mouth. One day he was having a fucked up day because he found out he did the ultimate switcheroo. Something he had did. Man, he killed that man.
Mhm.
With his bare hands. Yo, when he did that
Hell
shit,
yeah.
Ganga, you know my ratchet ass was crying, real tears, like, oh my god, yo,
Why?
they say what they did. They say what they did.
Why?
You don't know that
Yeah, they
thing.
pushed. Yeah, no, they pushed them to that nigga shit. That's what we're talking about. Like you said, can a nigga be reformed? I think so. I don't think. I think nigga's a state of mind. Nigga is a place of being, and if you want to stay there, to me, that's the problem. I don't like you said nigga shit. Us having to rely on nigga shit is an indictment against America. I do believe nigga is a reaction to the social, cultural, even political, economic climate in America for black people. It is something we had to develop to survive. It is uniquely ours. And I have a problem when we take this thing that we had to do to survive that shouldn't, to me, shouldn't be fucking celebrated. If anytime, every time we have to resort to nigga shit, we should be ready to overthrow the fucking government. Anytime we have to resort to nigger rigging, niggering the system or some nigga shit, we
You break it up, Jaeger.
should be resources or
You breaking up, and I'm so mad because I know
the
what you're trying to say, and
quality
I'm
of
fucking
life.
good.
Oh shit. Did you can you hear me now?
I just realized MD was up here. MD,
What's going on, MD?
Yeah, peace. What's going on? I'm just listening in.
MD, why
Peace.
you put the
Peace.
eyeballs?
Say what?
Why you put the eyeballs? Just say you was being nosy.
I I did it when Yang mentioned he had the two wives and he was living out the double tag.
Right, right.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I did. Hey, man, I did that life. I'm talking about I did that life hard.
Wow,
hard.
you
Yeah.
toxic.
Yes. Yeah. Very. Very.
Do you still have two wives? If you don't mind me asking, you don't have to answer if you
No,
don't want to.
I don't have
Okay.
to answer. Can I plead the fifth? No, I don't.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't. Though I don't. Though I do believe in polygamy. I think polygamy is an answer, but
Polygyny.
that's a
You mean
whole yeah.
polygyny? Polygyny.
Polygyny,
Polygyny.
polygyny,
Yeah.
polygyny. Okay, I do believe in polygyny. I do believe that to be an answer. you know. So that's a whole nother discussion. However, let me say that in ending that, I believe my problem with it is I still understand it from a religious aspect. I don't know it from the cultural aspect. I've seen people practice it from a cultural aspect. I personally don't necessarily agree with it from the cultural aspect. I think it's chauvinistic. I think it's misogynistic. I don't see the rights that the women have in it. I don't see where there's pull up, where there's regulations and rules to it. So if I do understand it from a religious standpoint, so I just stay away from it altogether since I don't wholeheartedly embrace every tenet of that religion. I don't want to take an aspect of it and then, not be right and exact by it because that's the only way it works. You got to be right and exact like shit.
Mm.
Yeah.
Like, okay, can I ask you a real question? Like, do you think
Yeah.
that this is a hard question? Okay, do you think that men have a lust issue with polygyny? Um, do you think that holds the relationship back? You know what I'm saying? Polygyny. Like, do you think it's a
With the lust,
perversion there?
I don't know about a perversion. I'm sure that it caters to our ego. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna be audacious and say that I believe that to be a natural thing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sure it caters to our ego. That's why I believe in rules and regulations, though, because that's what keeps the ego in check. In polygyny, the way that I understand it, you have to be able to afford these women. When I was doing it, nobody got government aid, nobody got assistance. We were totally and completely fighting for independence at that time of our community to be separate from being dependent and relying on the state. And one of the reasons I went into polygyny was to how we're taught in that community. It is to strengthen the community, get our women off of state assistance, and begin to do for ourselves. So you take on that role, but it is tough as shit on the men. Let me tell you, it is tough on a brother if he's doing it
Yes.
according to those guidelines. Yeah.
I feel like because men don't have I feel like men don't have the financial, mental, or physical capacity to deal with more than one woman. Um,
Mm-hmm.
because of the way the economy is, like how you said that you was just so stressed because you was doing this, you was doing that, you was trying to
Mm-hmm.
provide for the household because sisters is just not going unless you can pay most of the bills just about. Like,
Yeah.
goddamn. You
Yeah.
know, that's the least you can do, nigga. And it's just like
Mm-hmm.
men, and I talk about this too, because men try to go into, oh yeah, y'all basically fucking the same nigga. And it's just like, yeah, but when you go to the manosphere, which is a pretty good chunk of black men complaining, a lot of them black men complain about getting beat up by one woman. You find what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
having like you're cheating and it's still stressing you out because you barely have the attention span or the physical capacity, you find what I'm saying, the financial ability to deal with more than one woman. But really, if you had all them women in one home, they would be planning on fucking you up. Then don't even get started on the new witchery that's being promoted in the
Mm-hmm.
black community or whatever. They would be forming covens and doing, you find what I'm saying, like there's some type of validity to why the Bible warns against, you find what I'm saying, that type of lifestyle. You feel what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
women, I feel like women will congregate to try to kill you spiritually or physically or whatever. I just don't think that's something that men is really ready
Well,
for.
I think that it has to the social cultural makeup of where you live has to be conducive to that.
Yeah.
If like the way it is now, it isn't really conducive to that. to polygyny. Like you said, women can go out, make more than men. Why would I sit and suffer these peanuts when I can go make more? Why would I, tolerate dealing with this man when there is no stigma to not being married? See, at one point in time, that was a desire and a goal in the community for women
Yeah,
and even for men. Men, if you didn't have a wife, men really
yeah.
didn't take you as serious because you didn't maintain a family. What were your responsibilities? What showed me that you participated in some form of aspect of manhood? I learned this from my father. My father is a speaker. He is fabulous. And when he gives up to deliver his speech, after honoring God and acknowledging the ancestors, he points to his wife and he says, I want to acknowledge my wife right there. And he does that every speech. So one speech I asked him, I said, Abu, Dad, why do you always acknowledge Mama Shirley? I mean, there's not a speech that you don't. He says it does two things for me, son. It lets the men know in there that I don't want their wives, that I'm not here for the bullshit. Mine is right there. That's why I'm pointing out. And secondly, it lets the women know I don't want your ass. I'm not here for the bullshit. Mine is right there. I'm pointing her out. I was like,
Mm.
wow. So there was a stand. So having a wife was a status.
Yep,
Now the
yep.
society, right. So now society doesn't promote that. It doesn't encourage that. So once the dynamic of our social cultural makeup begin to change, then we allowed other things to come in, whether moral, immoral, whether good or bad, those will be open for discussions. But it opened up the door in our communities for other cultural expressions and behavior. There was at one point in time, and this is not knocking the sisters, and this may even sound chauvinistic or archaic, but there was one point in time where there was a stigma attached to, having children out of wedlock.
No, you're
You know
right.
what I'm saying?
No, you're
So,
right. It
right,
was so bad. Like, what they were saying that Rosa Parks, they said that Rosa Parks wasn't the first one to do what she did.
right,
They said it was a dark
right.
skinned
It was
woman, but she was
was,
younger. She had a child out of
yep, and
wedlock. And
out
they
of
said,
wed
hell
mother.
no,
Yep,
you're not. You're not gonna be
yep.
the face of that. And I think when I first learned that, I was appalled. But now knowing, understanding what I understand just about history in general, like that story was going to be disregarded because of that. So
Yep,
it just is what
yep.
it is type situation, as long as, somebody put it out there. And that's where you got to really look at like, well, I mean, certain things was necessary just for us to get our foot in the door or whatever, because white people do feel more comfortable. Well, more so worse back then, felt more comfortable with somebody that was, lighter skinned. That's just the reality of it. And the reality
Mm,
of it is what you said. It's really that stigma because it's not there, or because the stigma is basically being broken. I just want to know, how is that a bad thing? Because people is still getting divorced out the ass. And
yeah.
most of the time it's because it go ahead.
No, no, no. You're right. That's the question. I think that's the question for future generations to come up, whether it's good or bad. I don't think at my age and over that are people my age and over that are a little more settled in their life. If you have your wives, if you have your children, I don't really. I think we should, to the best of our ability, influence culture, but it is up to the next generation to defy it. They have to defy what expresses them in this mode, in this method. The culture, it's their time to shine. And that's
Right.
what they're doing. And if that's a part of it, if black women are having children and they're not marrying motherfuckers just to get married to some deadbeat, abusive ass relationship, more power to our women.
Or it's
Then we
something
have
called,
to
I ain't mean to cut you off, Younger, but it's something called
go ahead.
weaponized incompetence. That's when a man act like it's so bad. This is something psychiatrists. I don't know who the fuck came up with this. I don't know if it was black women. It was just like women came up with it. It could be the man. I gotta look
Mhm.
up where it came from. But it's called weaponized incompetence. And marriage is so bad for women in general. I'm not putting no race on it. I'm just saying women, that they talk
Mhm.
about how men literally will act like they don't know how to do simple household tasks just to
Mhm.
try to make it seem like, oh, you know how to do it better than me. Oh, and it gets to take a toll on the wife mentally
Hmm.
and physically and emotionally because she feel like, why don't you at least learn how to do it? Or why you acting like you don't know how to do the simple task? It could be even pertaining to the kids. It could be simple like
Yes.
cleaning up. And you she realizes like this motherfucker won't even clean off the table. He won't do this.
Hmm.
Like, and he'll lie about it, talking about you do that better. One whole time, and most of these marriages, the women is working too. You find like what
Yes.
the fuck? Like
Yes.
that's
You
another
know
thing
what?
that's happening. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I didn't know the name of that, weaponized incompetence. I'm gonna be honest. I may have put a lot on you women. Like I have a 14-year-old son that I think his mother absolutely ruins. You know, he's a diabetic, so he has to watch what he eats. So he eats those little goldfish crackers, but he can only have so many calories. I've watched his mother count the fucking goldfish crackers out and put it in his little bag for lunch. And I look at her like she done bumped her head. I'm like, this boy is 14. He can count his own fucking calories. He can make his own lunch. That's where I thought that came from. I really do believe a lot of these men go from their mama's house to their women's house looking for another mother. Their mama have catered them. The mama has gotten used to,
And that's our
don't.
fault as women too. And I talk about that too. That's like stop that though. Yo, teach your sons how to cook. Teach them chores or
Yes,
whatever. Let's let go of the gender role. So and I think
absolutely.
people is tired of gender roles, but people is confused. You feel what I'm saying?
Hmm.
It's not, it should be no confusion. Not right now. We're gonna be in a partnership. Women could work. Men is gonna be looking at women like, oh, you need to get off your ass. It's
Yep.
2023. I'm tired of paying all the bills. And then women is gonna be looking at the nigga on her couch like, nigga, just because I make more than you and I come home, you can't cook a meal, you can't even get the kids together. You should be the top home stay at home husband. But I don't see
Man, if
nothing
you're not
wrong.
working,
You talk, or at least
yeah,
working. Both people
right.
should be working. But at the same time, I also feel like at some point in time, a lot of black women, when they complain about, you find I'm saying, oh, I had a nigga on the couch, it's just like, it would have been probably, them people probably still would have been together had this nigga would have not got mad and start being verbally or physically abusive because he don't have a job and he also don't want to do a housework like a woman. You know,
Hmm.
he could just do that and it could balance the scales and take off some of the heat off her. And then maybe she would, not really realize
Absolutely.
that, she paying all the bills. I feel like it should be a balance because at the same time, it could start off the man fully taking care of the woman, right? And then
Hmm.
somebody said homosexual. It could start off the man taking
Yeah,
care of the woman, but the man, something could happen to the man. Something could happen to the
yeah,
man. Anything. He
absolutely.
might have to just stay home or whatever. And the men might have to realize, like, while they at work, let me make sure I have the hot meal, make sure I have her bath water running and stuff like that. Because now you're a stay-at-home husband. And society
Hmm.
say that you're not supposed to be. Make it worth her while. Learn how to cook. Go on YouTube. You know.
Absolutely. If you and especially like you said, first let's go back to like what you said, mothers, please hear me. Teach your children those skills. Take it out of the gender role. Make your children be a part of the family. Make the family communal. One of the things that I see, I think is a mistake, is when these women begin to tell these little sons that they man, you my man, you the man of this house. I know them in the hood. They make them. They want them to man up. They name them twice. Man, man. Hey, man, man. See, I know
Or
niggas named
emotionally
man,
incest.
man.
There's a lot of emotional incest as well. Some of that is
Yeah.
emotional
Oh my
incest.
God. Oh my God. Oh, that happens. Listen, that happens so much with our women, and I know, boy, these are gonna be some high topics. I talk about that too. The emotional incest, getting the masculine energy, sapping your male children of their masculine energy, and just getting some straight dick. You got your Tinder too. You got the
No,
brother that comes
hold on,
in with
Younger.
the
Hold on,
children.
Younger. Look at what Trevor said. So Trevor is balanced because he said black men fail black women, but this is what he said. That's why I said, what are you hearing from Trevor?
Yeah.
That's why I said y'all agree. You feel me? That's what I
Okay.
said. Yeah, you
Let me
feel
see what
me?
it says. Yeah. So what I say, I ruin a generation of boys. Am I wrong? No, I agree with that. I agree with
Because
that.
both two things could be true at one time. right?
Yeah.
If it is 72% of black single mothers, the black man did fail the black woman, but at the same time, the
Hmm.
black woman, they get so emotionally attached to their sons, it becomes gross. I've seen that shit, yo. I've seen that shit plenty of times. It's just gross.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even if no physical incest that's taking its place, it still is like it makes me feel
It's
nasty on the inside.
it's emotional incest.
The matching
It's
outfits and shit like that.
Oh man, just the whole getting the lovey dovey, the over loving, getting all the masculine energy you should be getting from a mate. They get out of their children,
Yeah,
but like I said, they'll date a man, and usually sometimes that dude is a tender too. The kids don't even know him. He is just there to provide physical stimulation, but no real emotional uh,
because
stimulation
she
support.
expect her sons to do that, and I've seen it happen so bad. Like she'll even step in and like interrupt and just all his relationships. And she'll try to fight the girlfriend or whatever, and
Yeah,
she'll just get
yeah,
jealous. She'll try to ruin his wife life,
yeah.
call
It's crazy.
CPS, just that's right. Like that ruins a family, bro. Like, because it's
Yeah,
not just like it's just like whereas white people have the physical incest going on, black people kind of got like this emotional thing going on, with the mothers and the sons, when the men leave, it's just like, yo, y'all better come get your kids. This is crazy. Like, you
hmm
know.
hmm yeah, yeah. Absolutely, absolutely. You know, Trevor said he works 11-hour day, do most of the cooking. Yeah, and that might be part of your cultural understanding. And that's what I'm talking about, Trevor. That now for this next generation coming in, or this generation that is in now, they have to begin to defy what their cultural expression is and how that plays into where they're going as black people now. So like I go back to say, teach your son certain things. Don't make it a gender role. Don't say, cooking is woman's work, cleaning is woman's work. It is communalism. This is part of housework. This is what you do when you live in a house. Like you said, even if you work, when you come in, if you see something that needs to be cleaned, clean it up. If you see the kitchen floor is dirty, sweep the kitchen floor and mop the floor. Don't wait on a woman to do it. And I teach my children, don't wait on your parents to do it. So it's that, it's just that type of thing, really just redefining what family looks like. Also, this right, going back to the nuclear family, the secular family is dead. That man, that mother, father, and child, we need to go back to the nuclear family, include the grandmamas, the big mamas. Now I'm back in it. One of the things, since everybody in the house works, we've incorporated the grandmother. So she may go to the school. She may grab a child here, drop them off there, and this and that, like they do in Guyana, that the grandparents raise the children while the parents go out and make the livelihood. Let's start incorporating, because our old people are our libraries, our elders, I should say. Our elderly people are our library. That's who's gonna continue to teach the culture, and where cultural influence and prayerfully cultural adherence is gonna come from. That's who's going to remind the children about lineage, ancestry, bloodline, the importance of family. So incorporating the family in this day and time, especially in this time of economic crisis, is not only economically a sound idea and beneficial, it is just good for a cultural understanding and for the general movement in a good way for Black people by reattaching ourselves to the family and a communal understanding.
When I get out of this truck and I go home, I ain't cooking the goddamn thing all weekend. And if I have to cook it,
Yeah.
it's gonna be a problem.
MD, be
Might have to cook it,
quiet,
woman.
because we already
Woman,
know
I
your
gotta cook.
messy ass situation. We ain't talk about you.
I
Yeah, it's
listen.
definitely
MD
gonna be a
drive
problem.
trucks. He better have somebody cooking for him. He got to eat at all them iron skillets
Exactly. Oh,
and
I
all them
agree.
damn pallets. He better have some hot when he come. I'm sure. I'm sure. I remember them
So
days. I was
yeah, I mean, I feel like who do the most, who pay the most bills, or who pay all the bills, they should come home to a fucking hot meal. That's not a gender thing anymore. You know?
right. I mean, to me, it's if the time allows it. If I get off work at a certain time, and the sister has to work late or something, listen, can't nobody sit around and wait for a sister to put something together. It's on the brother. If you're there, it's on to either fix that meal. You might have to go into your fund and you might have to order something. Guess what, fellas? Pizza's tonight. Yay! Okay, great. So you may end up spending 30, $40. But it is incumbent upon you to keep that family unit going. Like you said earlier, GTO, it is about a partnership. That's what we're moving into now, the age of partnership. That age of the man does this and he leads that, and this is what a man does, I think is slowly dying with the dinosaurs. One, because when you allow the oppressor to set the definition of manhood, he is never going to make it where you can accomplish it. If manhood is $200,000 a year, he'll stop you at $180,000. If manhood is 2 cars, he'll let you get a car and a bicycle. He is never
Not a
going to
car, but
allow you. Yeah.
you hurt me.
He's never going to allow you to measure up to that standard. So we have to redefine the standard of black manhood. What is black manhood? It may not be $100,000 a year, but it may be what you said, gynocracy, a partnership. Black manhood may be you get in where you fit in. You are a contribution and not a burden. You're not the extra child. You're not a big child with a big dick. You are actually contributing to the family unit. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's you working at your little McDonald's job and you get your little $300 a week and you come in with $150 because you've been eating that baby's Fruit Loops. You've been eating that baby's cereals. So replace the cereal.
Right.
Give the sister some money to put in her pocket to, these type of things contribute. And I'm willing to guarantee, well, I shouldn't guarantee, but I strongly suspect that even if she makes more than you, if you contribute, that will go a long way. That
Right.
50, 60 bucks out of that $200 check will go a long way.
Well, yeah, to Trevor's point though, for the most part, who's the director and who's the actor? You know what I'm saying? Who's directing the action and who's just playing the role? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to like that childlike mentality that a lot of dudes got in these relationships. You know what I mean? Everybody does seen you. Have you ever seen on Facebook or Instagram, whatever? It's the dude playing the game at the house and the woman come home, turn that game off, go upstairs, go take a shower so you can eat some booty. And then dude say, but I'm playing the game. She said, turn off the game, turn off the game, go upstairs, take you a shower so you can eat some booty.
Right.
Talking to him like a straight child. And that's a meme. That's a meme on Facebook and Instagram and shit. So
but I've seen niggas that's okay with that. Unfortunately.
Yeah, they're okay because they ain't gotta work. If all I had to do was
disagree with everything y'all said. Goddamn, who the hell saying all this goddamn mumble jumble here?
Yeah, that's it. Shit.
I don't agree with none of that beta male. God damn it! God damn it! God damn it!
Yeah. Sitting there. That's not a beta. That's not even a beta male.
It's un-American.
That's not even a beta male.
No. Real talk.
A man child.
But hold on. We shouldn't paint a broad brush because there are women out there who would love to cook. They want to cook. Like I've had women come at me like, no, I want to cook, and they get offended. Mm-hmm. And so we can't paint that broad brush, y'all. You guys are painting a broad brush of how people should be and they should do this. No, I disagree with that. Now, if there's a enclave of black people that believe that way, then knock yourself out. But there's still an enclave of.
Son.
Damn it, you really got this time.
Yeah, let me address that then. I don't know. I don't think we're talking about specifically cooking. We're talking about a partnership. We're talking about, if she loves to cook, if that's her passion, it may be how she unwinds. Or you just may not be able to cook as well as she can, whatever the reason being. If she enjoys doing it, I'm not talking about that. I'm speaking about when you just don't contribute. Like MD was saying, when you come home, when you're a sex toy. And there are some brothers that's cool with that until it's time to exhort some authority or when decisions are being made. These are the same brothers that, like I said, I was doing it. I had wives that live out of their duffel bags. They're in jeopardy of being put out at any time. And then they're looking for the next place to lay up at. And then we wonder why these brothers who take this mentality go from woman to woman. The only skill that they have honed is womanizing. The only thing that they really are proficient at is spitting a few games and getting maybe a month or two, a night or two in a woman's crib. But where is their future? What is their vision? One of the things that I advise the people that I talk to and in, my little study group is that when your purpose in life is clear, or even if it isn't clear, when you at least have some semblance of where you're going in life, everything else becomes an instrument. It doesn't become the be all. Your woman doesn't become the whole factor of your life. Your children are not the whole factor of your life. Those are instruments and tools to help you to achieve the goal that you're trying to reach. What I'd like to see is advancement for Black people ultimately. So then I try to extract those things out of the instruments that the universe that God has given me, out of this woman, out of these children, to not only extract the things that will advance me, but to put into them things that will help them advance, because that's even to my cause, the advancement of Black people. So that's what it's about. But if you get into a relationship because the coochie's good, because the fried chicken is good, these are just aspects. Those are traits that she may possess, but eventually they're going to wear away. Where's the business sense? Where's the long-term goals? What are you trying to achieve, baby? So when we go through this thing, when your chicken just ain't as crispy, when the coochie just ain't hitting like I need it to hit, I need to be able to look at the investment, not just economically, but emotionally, psychologically. I need to look at our partnership that, right now we're not in a good spot, but through the years, it's either been good or her vision is still solid. I may have to sit there. Communication is the key. I may have to sit down and we may have to recheck our vision. Hey, babe, where you at? Are we still,
So
is this still?
no, I'm gonna say real quick. So how much is intimidation then?
What do you
Are a lot
mean?
of these women are a lot of these women intimidated by what we would perceive to be strong Black figures? You know what I mean? Like
I,
I seen another meme
yeah.
on Facebook. The woman drove by on the corner and the man said, I work 12-hour days, I make $100,000, I expect a hot meal, my bath water drawn, and a good lay when I get home. She drove off.
Mm-hmm.
Then she drove to the next corner. The man had a cardboard sign said "We'll fuck for food," and she told him to get in the car.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So are we talking about
Well,
intimidation here?
well, I think I don't know if it's about intimidation. One of the things I
Why
would
would you
ask
say
is
that upon meeting somebody? Why would you say that?
well, yeah, if
No, it was a comedy
if
skit. It was a
I
comedy
yeah,
skit, but
know, not for nothing.
if a
Like,
woman,
that's unrealistic.
I feel like if a woman does that, and I could be wrong. If a man says that and a woman does that, apparently you ain't handling business. I ain't even talking sexually. Maybe she don't need your bill money. Maybe he's relying on what I believe are archaic beliefs. I do this, I do that, so you should do that. Not a partnership, but more, he's looking for her to be subservient. And in this day and time, there is not a lot of men making, especially Black men, making that type of money that will make a woman want to be that subservient like they were back in the 40s and the 50s when women were discriminated in the job place, or when the economic glass ceiling was established and
Yeah.
women wasn't making much as men. Now shit, the competition is on and women are making more than men. So why the hell is she gonna,
yeah,
this
I get
nigga
it.
who's great? Yeah, so yeah, she'll go get a motherfucker, ain't gonna give her no trouble because she already paying the bills, doing her shit, and she's like, okay, so this nigga keep his mouth shut and his dick hard.
Yep.
So I think that I think what it goes back to is, like I said, communication, constantly making sure that you guys share the same vision, especially if you have children. And the children become part of the mission. We want to see better for our children. And when you reaffirm the vision and recommit to the vision, it begins to help you dial back your personal grievances or things you thought in your personal life were so huge that you just couldn't move forward. You begin to say, okay, maybe I am being a little egotistical. Maybe I can give or take. Maybe I'm not really practicing a partnership. Like, yeah, if that's the case, if I do those things for my woman, I mean, if I want my woman to do those things to me in a partnership, I think that at some point in time she may expect them. If I want that hot meal, I want that bad water rubbed, I want that good lay, I think there may be some times that she expected. Brothers, are y'all doing y'all sit-ups and push-ups? Are y'all coming in with beer bellies like a motherfucker, looking all crazy, breath stinking and shit? You want to mount this woman, but she supposed to be sexy and this and that. So are we really entering
Right.
into a partnership and giving, you know, what we want our woman to give to us? No, I'm not going to turn into no motherfucking raging. I don't want to say Hulk Hogan. I found out he was racist. Y'all fucked me up with Wrestling Wednesday. But I don't want to turn into, I'm not going to turn into this fucking raging bodybuilder, The Rock, overnight. But what I would hope, if I have a woman who is practical and realistic, she sees my efforts, and I would recognize her efforts. I think that a lot of times we don't give what we ask. Do we stop and tell our woman she's looking beautiful? Our women getting older, and there are some self-consciousness that begins to set in, especially in this world of over-sexualization, where all these young girls are naked and they got the money to buy these motherfucking body parts. So our women may begin to deal with a self-consciousness that is, if not blatant and overt, it could be subconscious. So do we tell her that she's beautiful? Do we still compliment? Do we do the things to open up the avenues of communication and to keep the energy of love, flowing?
Do it start off that way though, Younger? You got to also think about that. A
What do you
lot of our
mean?
relationships don't start off like that. A lot of our relationships start off being niggas,
Yeah, yeah, but that's that.
being promiscuous and all sorts of things. You know what I mean? That's how a lot of us start off.
I get it. But that's the evolution process. We start off as babies. We can't walk. We can't talk. Now look at us running around the block having full blown conversations, constructing sentences and paragraphs. So I mean, yeah, we all start a lot of times. A lot of things we do, we start out in an infantile state. We start off in a state of not knowing. However, if we think that we love this woman, if we think that we want to be with this woman, then we should evolve and grow together. If that person isn't evolving and growing, then that's when we have to either man up or woman up and say, hey, you know what? I am reaching a point where this person is no longer beneficial or edifying. We may have children, may have 2 or 3
Yeah, that's
children,
the thing. I
but
was just
you
about to
are
say.
the primary. Yeah. But you know what? You are the God. You don't benefit your children if you in a house with a woman who disrespects you or you disrespect. If your children can't see a black man and a black woman in a cohesive, loving relationship, you're not sticking around for them. I tell a lot of people you're sticking around out of fear. You're sticking around out of like I said, fear, afraid of the unknown, of getting out of what you build and what you believe or perceive to be stable, your foundation. But your children are suffering. If you miserable with your wife and they see you going upstairs and y'all ain't talking and it's, yeah, baby, whatever, this and that, how are they going to go into a productive, loving marriage?
See, now I got to play trouble.
So
See, again,
go
it
ahead.
goes back to me saying a lot of us get into relationships based off of debauchery, based off of promiscuity. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? As a result,
Mm-hmm.
we may have those children. Where's the love at in that? You know what I'm saying?
The love is for the
Am I
children.
forced to? Yeah, of course the love is for the children, but am I forced to have some type of linear love for you because I done had a child with you?
I don't think so. I
Though
don't even think. Yeah.
we did the act based on niggatry at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't think so. I have two children, a son and a daughter by sisters I married when I was in the culture. I didn't know those when I was in the Islamic culture. I don't know those sisters like that. And when we got out of the culture, I still don't know them like that. And they're the mothers of my children. I don't know them. They have lives. We talk sometimes, talk about the kids, and I'm always fascinated. I'm like, what? You're doing what now? Wow. So, however, we have a common interest. We come together for the sake of the children. We don't love one another like that. We love one another for the
That's
sake of
different
the
though,
children.
gang. That's different. You talking
I
about
mean, what's
something
different?
religious. I'm talking about niggatry.
I, well, I'm talking
Wh-
about
When,
nigga. If you go ahead.
no, I'm saying through niggatry, if you end up with something that you didn't want to have through niggatry,
Hmm.
it gives not to say something subjective in your feeling, but it's almost like a negative. And trust me, I know because I went through it. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Hmm.
It's almost like damn. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't trying to do that. Oh,
Yep.
but
Yep.
as a man, you have to say, okay, let me, I guess, no more blunts and beer for me. You know what I mean? And do what you got to do.
Hmm. Yeah.
So that's something individual. That's something personal that you got to step out of based off of the decision that you made, not in love, but in nigga shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't disagree with anything you're saying. Like I said, I believe in evolution. I believe in evolution. I equated the nigga shit to like being a baby. When you're born, you don't know shit. You can't walk, you can't talk. That's how nigga shit. You don't know shit. You just going off of emotions and reacting like you are a baby. Ooh, ooh. People got to tell you don't touch. Sharp, hot, no. That's how it is when you in nigga shit. But as you evolve and you realize, okay, I'm evolving and this isn't conducive to the direction I'm going, then you have to face the new problems that hinder you from evolving into manhood. Okay, she and I got down on this nigga shit. I'm not in that no more. However, as a man, I have a responsibility, like you were saying. I have a responsibility. So the problem shift, so now there's a new dynamic, but you still have to deal with it as a man. So it may not be a love language. It may just be a language of strictly business. You might not can stand the knucklehead broad. You might just roll up, boy, I can't stand you, broad. Here's $150. Damn, you get on my last nerves. You know, you just may have to do it like that. But the evolution must occur.
I got you. I got you. I
Yeah.
was just pushing back on the whole love thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Love is,
At what point?
yeah,
At what
love is
point?
subjective.
Right.
Well, are we like what's wrong with love though?
No, nothing's wrong
Well,
with it if it's
yeah,
in
nothing's
the
wrong
right
with it.
intention.
Yeah. I think it
Oh,
comes and goes though. I don't think you can, like, it's subjective. Like you may think you
what?
love me today. You may not think you love me tomorrow. But if we're together, we have a commitment that despite that emotion that may come and go, that you may defy one way, I may defy another. Despite all of that, we want it because it just makes it sweeter, but we still have a commitment. And that commitment is to, at the very least, communication. And a lot of times,
It's a
I
need
believe when
versus
you
want thing.
communicate,
You have to
yes,
realize you
and
have
I
to
believe
need that person more than you want them, period. There's no other way.
absolutely. And I think when I couldn't agree more, GTO. And I think when you have that communication and that very real sentiment, that need sentiment is reiterated and reminded to the parties involved, I honestly believe that begins to stoke the love again. You might be mad for the minute, you might not feel that you're in love, but when you realize, think back of how this sister that held you down through the years, because you ain't been with no chick for years and she ain't done nothing. You just a bitter motherfucker if you just can't think of nothing that she didn't done to. So if it's worth salvaging, if you're not feeling the love right now, and 9 times out of 10, if we're not feeling the love, it's because of some egotistical shit, you know. But if you're not feeling the love right now, and it's not on no major shit, but I practiced the art of what I call shukri, gratitude and thankfulness. I try to remember some of the good things, and I try to remember those feelings and look at her in that light and things of that nature. And it may not bring the love back, but it makes it some things a little more palatable. It makes it a little more tolerable. Because I'm like, this isn't really a bad person. They're going through something. I'm going through something. And right now may not be the time to figure it out. But let me put a pin in it and come back to it because, it's not totally a bad person. So communication. And that's my biggest thing. And I think when you exercise communication, you're either going to find out either you're going to be together or you're not going to be together. But communication will at least give you that some emphaticals, some what we're going to do or what we're not going to do. The limbo, the not knowing, the torturing one another, the being cruel to one another, that's not benefiting anyone. Mic drop.
Yeah, I got you. No doubt, no doubt.
Yeah. Yaya is not playing about this partnership. Trevor in the comments said that you caping. You the one who really caping.
Caping.
Yeah.
I don't know. I got a few women that could jump up here and probably tell you different. Y'all might even know a couple of them. So.
Hold on. Hold on. Don't let that person on.
I'm not letting anyone on. You controlling
do y'all know this person?
Who is it?
No, I don't know who that is.
I'm not even looking behind the scenes.
Put the gift up and then you can put up.
Hold on. Let me put this banner up first.
But yeah, I get what you're saying though, Yankee. Like I said, a lot of us though, we come out of those situations where again we was on some nigga shit, and we tried to salvage somewhat of a, like you said, partnership. But a lot of the times we go, even if you go back and remember those good times usually was during the era of the nigga.
Yeah.
So then it's like, damn, like, I ain't even that person no more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, you gotta let it go. You gotta let it go.
Yeah, I mean, but it's certain situations where it's impossible to let it go, based off of your contribution or your connection to what got you in that partnership to begin with, is mainly those children. You know what I mean? And I think that's what Trevor is talking about when it comes to that situation.
I'm such a believer in captain of my destiny, master of my own fate. I am such a believer in God residing in me that I don't think that there should be anything in your life that you allow to suppress you. You know what I'm saying? And not even children. I'm not going to allow anyone to use something to suppress me. And that's what I fight against. I know exactly what you're talking about. I've been in situations in those positions that my emotional connection and attachment to things have made me really slow up on what I know I need to do or outright not do it at all. But at the end of the day, I end up suffering. I realize that the children will suffer. Whoever I'm with is going to suffer. You have to be comfortable in your own skin, and you have to be comfortable where you're going. And if something is hindering that, if something is preventing you from achieving excellence, that's not for you. That's not for you. And like I said, it's easier said than done.
Hold on, Yang. Let me just say this, Trevor. When you want something, your wants will hurt you. Your wants will hurt you. Listen, your need will trump want. Listen, you need to eat, right? Every day, right? The only thing you might have in your house, let's just say the only thing you might have in your goddamn house is some goddamn noodles, right? You might want to eat a burger or a steak, right? But the only thing the fuck you got in your house is some noodles, but you need to eat. You're not gonna not eat those noodles and be like, "Oh, I'm just gonna starve because I want a burger." No, you're gonna eat them noodles. That's the same thing with a relationship. You know what I'm saying? You might not want that person every day, but then you realize, like, damn, we got a family together. We've been rocking for all these years or whatever, and I'm just tripping. I need her, and then you still attracted to her. You be tearing that ass up. That's also a want too. You feel what I'm saying? At least if you can, just like Ganga said, you would just be a bitter motherfucker if you can't think about all the things this person has done for you to make your life flourish. You feel what I'm saying? Has this person really intertwined in your life to make it flourish in a way that you would need them, and it really would be a problem if y'all was to separate or whatever? Because when you come together in a relationship and you're sharing things or whatever, that's eventually what happens. And that's that continuing on of remembering the good times and stuff like that. That helps keep the relationship together. It's a balance of need and want. Nobody said that you still don't want that person and you just be needy all the time. It's the balance of both.
That's it. Oh, I already let up. Wait, who is backstage? Oh, okay,
Seduction.
okay. I'll let that person on.
Oh, they ain't say nothing. Peace. What's up?
Wow, y'all know me, you know me. What's up, family? How you doing?
What's up, fam?
So cool.
Peace.
How you doing, local?
Oh,
Um,
what's up, Lo?
okay,
What's cracking with you? This lady Che. What's cracking, cuz?
hey man, listen to the hard conversation, man. The conversation stuff over there. Who did what to who and when? What's up, family? How you guys doing? Shout out to the
Oh,
ladies,
I remember
JCC.
you. You seduction. I remember you now. Okay.
Yeah, that's seduction doll. That's my girl
Yeah,
there.
yeah. How you doing? Where's Black Son? Is Black Son on here? You doing Black Son? Um, yeah, yeah. Uh, and I know you are. I can't say your name right. The
The
lady
guy
of
not
the
used to
late.
take over.
Yeah,
Just
thank
just
you.
go and say
GTO.
GTO.
I got a good
GTO.
accent. I can say it yeah, yes, I know you are. Lady of the first lady. Yep. I was, I can't say it. I can't say it right. It gets tongue twisted. Um, yeah, I listened to the conversation, and I'm like, this is the first time, because I skip out when y'all start talking about old beats and whatnot. So that's how I skip out, tune out then. But I was trying to start to tune in on this one, because yeah, ladies be doing a lot, man. It seems like from our aspect, we do a lot for the men and for specific men. It almost seems like we simping in a way, and it's just out of love. We do so much out of love, and it's never reciprocated. It's never given back. It's taken for granted. It's shit on. You know what I mean? And then you got us looking stupid. We feel like we're looking stupid, even though we're not, because we can comfort ourselves. But in other words, we just um want you to say, you appreciate everything we do, and you really see us, and it really don't happen that way. It really don't fucking happen that way. And then you wonder why, you got your bitch looking at you like she wants to slap the stupid off your face because you just ridiculously treating her like shit, even though you know goddamn well you wouldn't make it anywhere without her. And let's just keep it real.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times, women are the backbone to a strong ass man. It take a stronger ass woman to push your shit along. She have your back. She defends you. She get loud for you. She'll beat a bitch's ass. She'll beat a dude's ass for you. She don't give a fuck. She'll take a bullet. She'll do whatever to keep the fucking shit going because she believes so strongly in the love that she believes you have. But it's on your end. Y'all don't want to show no emotion. Y'all don't want to be open. Y'all don't want to hold hands. Y'all don't even want to go on dates. Y'all want to act like you can have the other side of the fucking field. You know what I mean? Knowing goddamn well, if it was really like that, you would have had that. You know what I mean? And then you want to pull some old side shit,
That's true.
and you gotta feel it stupid. You gotta feel like why we ain't good enough. We done been putting in all this work. We done put in so much
Mm-hmm.
work. Where our fucking growing old hair turns gray, make you want to keep drumming. Sometimes there's a point in a woman where she just looks at you like, he's right. You ain't shit. Why did I waste all this time? You know what I mean? Why did I waste all this time? And you're like, baby,
Mm-hmm.
please, baby, please don't leave me. Please don't leave me. I need you. You motherfucking late.
Mm-hmm.
You done took the best years of her motherfucking life shitting on her while she gave you
Mm-hmm.
the best years of her life.
Mm-hmm.
And then you
Mm-hmm.
can't apologize for it. You know what I mean? And so I feel like man, if only men and women could see each other right when it's happening, like she crying for
Yeah.
you to understand and to talk to her, and you just like, I'm good. I'm alright. No, there ain't nothing wrong. She trying to help you. No, I don't need your help. And just ignore her shit. And she still go on about her way, still do the best shit she can for you, still make you look like $1 million motherfucking dollars, and you got her looking like a fucking screw. You
Yeah.
don't even
Yeah, that's
imagine.
true. Yeah, that's
Mm-hmm.
true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
A lot of dudes, they think they can get what they want but it ain't really that. You know what I mean? That's like back when I had my kids. Hit my little short ass with a girl that's taller than me. I'm like, yeah, look at this brick house I
Mm-hmm.
got. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
overcompensating. And then when
Mm-hmm.
shit go left, you know what I mean? You don't know what to do no more. You know what I mean? So that, yeah, I can understand that aspect,
Yeah, it
but
happens.
that can be
You know.
reciprocated.
Yeah. We don't get what we want because we don't know what we want. We don't
Right.
get what we want. We don't know what we want. We get well, and I'm gonna say I'm gonna rephrase that. We get what we want, but we get what we think we want at that moment. And then as we grow and mature, we realize we have bigger aspirations and ambitions, but we've put all our eggs in this basket, or we thought we wanted this, and now we looking crazy because we've kind of outgrown it. You know,
Right.
so that's the real thing. It's hard to go back and say, damn, I fucked up. It's hard to, you don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. You don't want to kick over your card house you built. So we go through painstaking efforts to try to make something that isn't going to work. That's crazy. Secondly, to address, seduction, and I don't know about now how women are raising their sons now. I had the best of both worlds. It was bittersweet. I came up to a certain age under my father. He was married. He was a black Muslim. So I saw that lifestyle, structure, family, religion, man, woman, the ideal black family as it should be according to Quran and Sunnah and Black life. All of that was bullshit because none of it fits like it does in fairy tale books. And then I had the opportunity to go live with my mother in the '80s, crack epidemic, gang banging. So I had the whole thing of the single mother and me being my ass being in the streets. One of the things that I realized though, being with my mother, single mother, and having friends that had single mothers, my mother and their mothers were tougher than our fathers. And I say this when I talk about communicating. My mother would tell her that, what men didn't do. Men don't cry. Men don't do this. Men don't run. Men don't. So communicate. Men aren't sensitive. That's sissy-ish. What's wrong with you? You ain't got a problem. What you mean you don't like this? Eat it anyway. So I was raised to swallow a lot of shit. I wasn't raised to be very communicative. That was a skill I had to learn later on. But I wasn't raised to communicate my feelings.
I think I grew up in the
So that
same manner, as far as like corporal punishment, and I grew up in a corporal punishment household, and then I was raised in the street of Ward State. So I seen things like I did that to my son. They knowing that one of my sons that turned my sons was gay. One of my sons was gay from jump. You know what I mean? But I didn't want to.
mm,
I was raised to think that when you move out my motherfucking house, you can do whatever the fuck you want to do. You know what I mean? But you can't
right,
do that shit in my
right,
house.
okay,
So I wasn't really hard on him. I just knew he was gonna be gay. And then when luck had it, he ended up leaving my house when he was like 4 and going to stay with my parents, with my father. And I thought, well, I didn't have a male role model like his father. His father had moved on and had another relationship with someone else, and I didn't believe in that kind of thing. So I felt like my sons needed. At the time, I just had sons. I felt like my sons needed to be around a male role model, to help them be men. What I thought was a man. So I watched my father raise my brother, and my brother's a man. You know, um, but I did see that there was a lot of single women, that had tried to raise their sons a certain way. They try to raise them to be masculine, and at the same time, not allowing them to be masculine and over I would say burdening them. I would say burdening them that where they can't do this, they can't do that. They're God, what I want to say, they coddle them too much. Um,
yeah,
so like
some coddling.
coddling,
Some coddling.
yeah,
Some I call
and I
marine
think
training. Some of them put them through
uh-huh,
marine training. Some of them aren't even allowed to cry. I've seen children not allowed to cry. What you crying for? I mean, the mothers. I ask him this, maybe because he, his arms hanging off. I don't know. Maybe because the boy's head is severed from his body. Maybe that's why he's crying. But I mean, I have seen it get very hard, and I understand it because it's that compensation for the lack of maleness in their life. But I don't think a woman can teach a man to be masculine because she's not
Nope.
masculine.
I don't think so either. And I'll put it this way: my mother did something to my brother that you know, she made my brother, constantly feel guilty. She constantly was manipulative towards my brother, making pay, give her more money, or making like, well, if you want your mother to feel like this, you got to give your mother money, or all that kind of shit. She was constantly manipulating him, and I'd be like, man, fuck that Billy, don't give her shit. Like, yeah, because I see right through our mother, So I'd be like, man, don't give her shit, man. Fuck that bitch. She know how to get her own way. She been using men her whole life. Woo, woo, woo. That's how I talk, right? And I had to
Mm,
break my brother of that. He's 40 some years old, and he would still answer the phone. And she'd be like, hey, I need like $500. All right, mom, I'll bring it to you. What? I can't even get $5 off of anybody. Hell nah, no, don't do that. And I would go to tell him, don't do that, brother. That's your money. You worked hard for it. She gonna give it back. That's your money. You work every goddamn day. Fuck her. Tell her no. What she get it for? She don't need it. She can get it. She been getting it her whole life. She been leaving us to live in squander. She didn't give a fuck about us. We're a little fuck her. That's what that would be me saying, right? He would feel guilty. I
mm,
can't tell her no. But that's because she conditioned him to be like a sucker. You know what I mean? And me and Che,
mm,
right? Me and Che,
mm,
me and Che are trying to have a family. And I tell him like this: I would, if I had a son, I would raise my son. First, your job as a man is to show our son masculinity and what it's like to be a man. Men don't have to wear dresses to elevate. Men don't have to do none of that shit. Here. To
Let me
be a
ask you
man,
this
a
though,
man
seduction.
is a man's body. Mm,
Let me ask you this.
right.
Let me ask you this.
Right.
Because you told Che, if y'all had a son, you told Che what his job would be. Have you asked Che, what would your job be in raising a
Uh,
black male? Like, that's what I mean. But like, how's a woman tell a man what his job is to another male
I'll
child?
ask him right now. You're right. You're right. I'll ask him right now, baby. What would you Okay, how did you word the question so I can ask him right? How did you word
You
the
didn't have to
question?
ask him right now. You
No,
didn't
I
have
want
to
to ask
ask him
him right
right
now.
now if you didn't want to. I was trying to make that point of partnership and participation and communication, because you may have these expectations of what you think his job is to
How would
raise a
you raise
male child, and he may have something totally,
your
he may think
as a
something totally different.
black son in our household? Yeah, yeah. How would you raise your black son as a black man? How would you raise your black son in our house? He said he said to be a protector and a provider, like we're supposed to be.
Hmm.
Anything else?
Hmm.
Anything else you want to add?
Well, I'm sure he had. You can't put him on. Listen, you're asking a black man how we raise our son. He's not going to have answers in 5 minutes. He's going to go walk away 15 minutes, come back. Oh yeah, by the way, and then come back with something else.
Oh yeah,
And
Julian
you
went off
know,
there. They're talking about that's our rule. He's over there talking to the background. He's listening to the same show. He's just on the computer.
right.
He's answering your question right now. Well, the
So
reason I asked him like that is because I was like, you're right. You're absolutely right about that. You're absolutely right how you said that. But I kind of already knew that answer. When we bring children into the world, we don't just bring them into the world without having an understanding of you're not supposed to anyway. So having an understanding about who you bring the children in the world with, you know what I mean?
hmm
Supposed to kind of
yes,
know what you bring
yes,
it with, you know?
yes,
Okay.
yes. I
So
mean,
yeah, you're right.
to the
You're
to
right
the
about that.
yeah, to the best of our ability. And then, like you said, as some MD said earlier, you can know that person at that time. Like, I had my son, my youngest is 14. His mother is different than the woman who had him 14 years ago. So you can know that person as a time. I don't want us to walk away feeling like, damn, I should have known this or I should have known that in that person. People evolve. Some evolve into beautiful butterflies and some evolve into these hideous, horrible monsters. You like, what the fuck? If I'd have seen this face, I wouldn't even, girl, I wouldn't have took you to McDonald's. I wouldn't have stopped and say, hey, baby, you want to ride? It's so the evolution is real. I think though, with anything, one of the people that you have to remain true to is yourself because everything is emanating from you. If you're not right and exact with yourself, if you're not happy with yourself, if you're not confident within yourself, if you're not in a space or a place or surrounded with people who bring out the best in you, then you can't give the best. The little bit that you're running on, they're going to suck that like energy vampires and then wonder why you're a grumpy old, miserable old ass fucking man. Well, maybe because I'm not being recharged. So, at times, though it may be difficult, it's better to begin to put space. I'm not a devil. I don't advocate anyone divorcing their wives or leaving their families. I would say take small steps. Find things that bring you joy so that you can emulate joy in your house. Begin to use positive words. Go back and practice what I practice, the art of shukra, being thankful, trying to think of something thankful that this woman does, and changing the environment in yourself. Switch the game up. If she's not used to you cooking and you know you can make a good dish, cook that good dish. If you did that back in the day when she was like, remember when y'all first went out, you cooked for us, you like, oh, you made that chicken or spaghetti or whatever. Do that again. Do something to rekindle. Do like what they call a date night. You should see my air quotes. You may have to take her ass out, and it doesn't have to be anything major. Just doing something to break the monotony, let her know she's sexy. You want to feel sexy, show her off, just things to try to break that monotony. And I believe that, once you've tried every effort and you exhausted every means, then you may have to look at other things. You may have to go to drastic measures like separating and getting away from a person who doesn't want to meet you halfway and being happy, because it takes two in a partnership. You can't do it by yourself. If it's like, babe, look, I'm coming in here with flowers, I'm candy, I got sweet words, and I'm, there's no reciprocity. I mean, it's not being reciprocated. So we need to talk about that. I'm not feeling sexy. So don't be mad when some woman's like, hey, you sexy, and I cock an eye or listen a little bit longer than I should have listened because I'm not being fed at home. It's very important. And men, vice versa. Vice versa. Somebody gonna tell you a woman you sexy, she's sexy. Believe that. She's sexy to somebody. Please believe that.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, gang. All that shit sound good. It sounds good, but like I said, but based on what Trevor's saying, you got a whole generation of young men coming up now that's coming up in spite of men trying to do the right thing. You know what I mean? And women taking advantage of certain situations when it comes to
Absolutely.
their So
I get it. It's a whole new.
Drop that off.
It's a whole new generation. How old are you, MD?
I'm 37.
Okay, see, you're in that, like I'm 50. So you're right. You guys have obstacles and hurdles and shit that I don't envy. One is this social media shit. I tell my son, I'm like, yo, man, I hate it for you. Because when I was younger, if we did something that was stupid, the block gonna talk about it. Neighborhood will talk about it 2 or 3 months. That shit is on social media. 100,000 motherfuckers are watching you fuck up. I'm sure that has to be devastating to your ego. I can understand why these young people who haven't matured want to kill themselves. But I say this, and I'm gonna let you go, Seduction. Here's what I say to that though, Trevor. One is you guys in that era should strive more, and my generation has to strive more to meeting you guys. We have to begin to have conversations like this, shows like Straight Talk with Trevor, so that we can give the prayerfully cultural influence, and you guys can be the ones to defy the new cultural expression. So that's a big thing. Being around men who take on those positive attitudes, being around men who view the world differently, and then setting what is acceptable and what isn't acceptable. Like, you don't have to take shit. Like these women don't have to take shit from the brothers. You don't have to take shit from any sister. You don't have to take it. You can begin to. That's where the hard work comes in. It's revolution within the home. The hard work comes in really beginning to put yourself in a position to leave and dealing with the emotions and the drama that comes with separating yourself. But I think when people realize that you don't have to take shit, that you are a whole human being, that you have rights, that you have feelings, that you want to be respected, you demand respect, it changes the dynamic. It begins to say, okay, now we got to have this conversation. If you doing your shit, if you paying them bills and you doing semi stuff, I mean, there's going to be something that your woman's going to miss in your absence. If you doing your thing to a degree, if she celebrates you leaving, then you just missed the mark. But if you hollering about, we can't keep going like this, that a separation has to come, and I'm willing to take whatever fallback, the financial fallback, the social, the comforts in my habitat, in my living situation, I'm willing to sacrifice and forego all of that for my integrity and dignity. I think when a woman sees that, she's going to go to thinking, I would, if I did all this for a woman and she says, I don't care about none of this, I got to get away from your ass, I'm going to begin to wonder, what the hell am I doing? Especially if I like her. If I don't want her to go, I'm going to begin to wonder, man, what am I doing? I give her this, that, what am I doing? So I go back again to initially what I started it with, communication. And communication, there is an art. There's a key to it. One, and I'm not going to be long-winded, the precision of language. What am I trying to say? What am I trying to say? Not am I trying to hurt her feeling, oh, big head heifer, you're cooking, that's why you burnt the biscuits. Am I trying to hurt her feelings, or am I trying to convey a message? That's one. So I need to be precise with my language. My language needs to be one that conveys my feelings. It goes straight to the heart of the message that I want her to receive. And so I need to be careful that I don't add words or things that could be used as distractions. Two, the art of listening. And we all know that really hearing this person, trying to empathize and really get a gauge of where they're coming from and really hear what they perceive to be the problem. And three, are we communicating to solve a problem? Are we being solution oriented? Do we really want to solve this? Or are we just fucking fighting? See, a lot of times we get to arguing and think that we're communicating. We're throwing insults. We're getting loud. We want to hurt their feelings because they hurt our feelings. We want to get some stress off our chest. Bitch, I've been meaning to tell you this anyway. You big head heifer. So are we really trying to find a solution? And then we address that solution. Like if the solution is money, let's talk about the budget. I'm not going to talk about when you wrecked the car last week. I'm not going to talk about when you didn't cook. I'm not going to let you talk about when I came in here at 1 o'clock. I'm not going to let you talk about me having the fellas over. We're talking about this freaking budget. Sister, can we stick on this, sister? If not, then let's take a break and we'll come back to the issue. So there's a lot that goes into just the communication, but if we work on some of these basic principles, then I think we will begin to see a change in our interaction with our mates. But we have to say, like an addict, one, we have a fucking problem. There's a problem in this relationship. And two, I am one that am committed to fixing it. If you're not committed to fixing it, it's not going to work. But that I'm committed to fixing this problem, and I'm willing to look into what it's going to take to fix it. And then if not, then I got to get the fuck on. I'm sorry, baby. Love you. You can keep all this bullshit. I got to get out of here. You're destroying me.
No doubt. No doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah. And let me just say this.
Thank you, family, for having me. Jesse go get a divorce. And talk to y'all later. I just kidding. I'm play.
You said what?
Yeah.
Hey, I know that's right. I was like, what the fuck? You stop playing so much in introduction. She was teasing. This is Jesse's. Yeah. This is Jesse's old lady. This is Lady Shay.
Yeah.
So she was like, okay, I'm gonna jump off here. Me and Jesse about to go get a divorce.
Oh.
Yeah.
You
I'm
are
kidding,
silly.
but
You
we're not.
silly seduction. I know, man. I know that, man. Trump tight, like you were saying. One and shouts out to Che for having run for mayor. Shouts out to
Yeah.
Lady Che for being his campaign manager. I read
Was she really running
the
for
shit
mayor?
they were put. Man, this man was running
Yeah.
for
For,
and was given.
he's still running. He's running as a write-in, because as an independent, if you ask any other independent person running for mayor, they tell you that they've gotten shadow banned, blackballed, denied fair election, due process. Anybody you call one. I was just talking to a brother. I was just listening to a brother over there in Milwaukee. He went through the same processes that me and Jesse been going through. And poor Jesse, man, but Jesse's been giving them that work. We just said that we weren't gonna let these fools slide on anything because they stole our intellectual property. They act like they advanced in pieces, but they're taking when I say our my whatever. If I wrote it, he thought it, I drafted it, we wrote it, we put it together, we're one movie unit. And anybody who steals Team Paris's work is gonna get cussed the fuck out. That's just natural. Um, so, Jesse's been over there doing. He's really been giving to him. Even though they deny him, they'll invite him to a candidate forum, then they'll tell him he's disinvited because he didn't make the ballot, and he'll still get there and argue the point, so they have to let him up because he deserves to be up there. Everybody else is
Mm-hmm,
talking that same old shit they weren't talking about before. They're just talking about it now because it's political season. Jesse been talking about the
mm-hmm,
same shit for the last 2 years, every Monday on city council. So I believe that like any woman who watches her man go trials and tribulations. That shit hurts my motherfucking feelings. I'm
yeah.
emotional. I'm very feminine. So I'll cry. I'll be like, man, let him up there. You'll be like, you hear it in my voice right now talking about it. I'm like, let him up there. Why you being big? You old fucking punk ass motherfucker. That is going off, right? And I'm like, it only happens because I'm not there. Because if I was there, none of that shit would happen because I'm all about the disruption. I'm all about being a fucking asshole in public. You know what I mean? Because I
Mm-hmm,
feel like these ducks don't get to run off and try to act like heroes in the fucking city when they didn't give a good goddamn about about homeless people. They don't care. Me and Jesse are out there in the street. We're out there. They want to act like they're outside. They don't know what it's like to be outside.
mm-hmm,
And
mm-hmm.
Jesse telling them the other day, I dare any of you go outside and stay the night in the winter. Me and Jesse got that shit down pat. Like I'm sorry, he's called me feral today. He said you're still feral. I was like, I take offense to that, but
Mm.
so you need a thug. You need a thug in your life. Um, but on another side note, the campaign's almost over. We got like 6 more weeks, baby.
Mm.
5 more weeks.
What city is
But
it?
like 6 more. Denver,
Denver,
Colorado.
Colorado.
Oh,
And
Denver.
he's the only one
Denver.
running on a
Yeah.
black first agenda. Everything that we talk about is geared toward taking care of our people first. Just black people. We gotta
Mm.
take care of black people first. You fix the conditions, then everything else fixes. They don't want to fix that shit. They love the way the
Absolutely.
corruption and fucking keeping people unhoused, on drugs. The drug problem is their problem. The unhoused problem is their problem. They created these
Mm.
problems. They don't want to fix it. And everybody's acting like they got solutions. Well, the solution is to kick everybody out and start fresh.
The
That's the
solution
solution.
is Jesse for mayor.
Jesse for mayor.
That's the solution.
Yep.
Jesse
And
for
so
mayor.
Shout out. Yeah,
I,
shout out to I-70 in Denver.
yep, yep.
Yeah.
Shout out. Thank you
Let
so
me.
much, everybody. I just said a joke. Yes, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm listening.
No, I was just saying. I want to address the men not wiping their ass. Good thing. The booty cheeks. The shitty draw thing.
What the hell?
Yeah. The shit. Because you hear that, man. Men don't know
Man
it.
Trailer
Yeah,
going back
no
on
real
the
shit. Real shit. That's some real shit. But
But
let
it's
me
a
ask you
problem,
this.
but you want to be like,
Yeah,
oh,
it's
you single. Motherfucker, I don't
right.
want dookie turds in my bed neither.
You
Like,
might right,
I'm
but let
with
me
the
ask
you
you this.
single shit. We all single. The fuck? It's just
Single,
like,
right. So
They're not
let
doing
me ask you
both.
this, Joe GTO. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, GTO. And you
They're
may
not
have,
doing
but let me
both.
ask you this. Have you got daughters? GTO, you have daughters?
I wish I did have one, but I can only make boys.
Okay. Well, you don't have
Hey,
daughters. I can't ask you
it's
this.
us.
I guess I can ask you this, but you don't have daughters, so it's a habit. Have you shown your boys how to wipe their ass?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Most women I know will show their daughters how to clean their tootie toots. You wipe from front to back or left to right or whatever the fuck. They will go through painstaking efforts to show their daughters how to cleanse themselves and how to use. I don't know a lot of women that show their sons how to wipe their ass, how to get a little water, use extension.
Why
You know what I'm
not?
saying?
That's
Wipe and
part of
clean your
Or
ass. No,
use
I don't know.
wipes. Shit.
I have no idea. I've met a lot of women when I ask that question, they be like, damn, I didn't think about that. I think a lot of times women nurture us, but don't raise us. You know what I'm saying? They nurture us, they protect us, they feed us, they love on us, they make sure that we're safe, but there's not a lot of rearing that I feel like goes involved. And one of those things is and this is not an indictment against women. Some of it I understand. Like
And you
I
gotta
have
teach them to
sons.
gain weight.
You say what?
I
Oh,
said
she's
too.
talking.
Also, too, you gotta factor in. You gotta factor in weight gain. Okay. So if you got a real pudgy a real healthy eater a son or a daughter, real pudgy, real a little heavy, you gotta teach them again because it might be
I
a
yeah, you may
little
have to.
struggle.
Yeah, you may have to teach them.
Huh?
You gonna have to show them. But most I don't know what seduction. She talking about. I guess if they gain weight, I don't know. I guess their booty didn't got fat. I don't know.
Yeah,
What
your
I'm
booty
saying is
gets fat,
this.
your arms get shorter. It seems like.
Well, here it is. I think, like I said, it just comes into really, and this is the importance of fathers and mothers, but really just rearing the son. A lot of things these men are doing now and I don't know. I'm not from that generation. MD would have to. A lot of the younger people would
No,
have to really
I
help
didn't
me
have no
understand.
daddy in the house. But listen though, my granddad taught me how to wipe my ass, right?
Yeah.
So my
Damn.
granddad, he grew up in a plantation house. That plantation house had a bidet in it.
Uh huh.
When my granddaddy taught me how to wipe my ass, he told me to get a water bottle, put a little bit of warm water in there, and stick a hole in the top and
What?
use that to wash your ass. And I still do that today. But that's
Huh?
the only way I know how.
What? Okay. That's crazy. That's very detailed. Like, I never heard that before.
And I ain't
Y'all
got
shit
it
y'all
big
talking
ones,
detail.
man.
Hell, y'all
The
talking
big
about
ones.
wiping the ass, so
Yeah. He said we
Hey
talking
man,
about
that's what
wiping
they make
ass.
all these
Hell.
toilet wipes. They make toilet
What?
wipes and stuff like
No,
that. They
I'm
got
just saying that
they
is
got
an
that.
insult. You did. Hold on, Shay. But Trevor, you did use that as an insult. You like, oh, you gorgeous, but you toxic and single though. That's basically like that. You said it like being single was an insult. Don't nobody like being single. Sometimes is your piece at this point because the dating pool for men and women is not good. We not going like I don't like that y'all making it seem like the marriage rate ain't going down like situations is perfect. No. Sometimes like being single might be where is it at. You find saying like, yeah, black people is the most economically displaced and we probably might thrive better financially together. But think about how much bitterness goes into that when one person not doing what they supposed to be doing. That's why we should have more open discussions about partnerships and how to
Mm,
really redefine gender roles and who's paying what and why, based off whatever. That's the
mm-hmm,
conversation we need to have because that's not an insult for men or women. I feel like, come on now, like that's just something that people throw out there. That's why I said there's problems that people don't want to deal with just at a base surface level that we need to remember before we deal with some type of toxic situation and put ourselves in an uncomfortable position. like just be single for real. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, just like me and Yanga was trying to say, uh talk about like really being intertwined in a relationship, because some people just let their ego get in the way and they just be bitter about nothing. Like some people just want to let go for no reason. There's a whole lot of that too, because people want instant gratification then and there. Seduction dog. I ain't mean to cut you off, seduction dog, but I just had to say this. But like, it's just like people want instant gratification. People don't think that you're gonna have no type of major problems. There's a difference in the problem being consistent versus hold on, y'all. I gotta take this phone call. Go ahead, Yanga.
Oh, you were jamming. There's a difference from being, I'm still listening to you, being inconsistent. I don't, you know what? I don't, in this day and time, like I said, I'm not out there like that. I don't know if single is a bad thing. Is single actually a bad thing now? I'm in agreement with GTO. You know, I probably would advocate single than being attached in a loveless, miserable union with someone. You know, single, dating, um, defying yourself clearly, you know, beginning to defy your vision, meeting people to see if um, this is a person that you want to bring into your life to share your vision. We're living in a day and time now where having children out of wedlock is not a stigma, which is wonderful. So therefore, being single, even with children, isn't a bad thing. There are many successful men and women that are single with children. So single I should be looked at and put in the social cultural spectrum. You know, how does this advance? What does this look like? What are we calling single? What are we calling married? I've always questioned that, because are we using state marriage as the criteria? Are we saying that that's married? I don't know if they still do common law, if that's still a thing. But I know people who have been together forever and a day, you know, and having gone to the state to be recognized as a couple through the state or legally, or, you know, all of the things that we put on it. So I don't know. Is that added pressure? So I think that we have to defy marriage. Most of the reasons that I would advocate anybody get married through the state like that is for the benefits. I don't know in the tax thing if they're still offering certain exemptions or certain the word's escaping me, tax credits for married, for filing married. So, you know, there's certain benefits. Also, you know, get social security things when you die. So there are certain benefits of being for being recognized by the for a status by the state. But when you talk about really emotional, when you talk about a lot of times even economical, socially, I know Black people been together and haven't been recognized by the state. So there again, to go back, I think that it's up to the younger people, this generation, to defy their cultural expression, to defy what they say at this particular time Black is, because Black is ever evolving. Black is ever, it evolves like our name. We went from nigger to Negro to Black, Afro-American, African-American, to Black, to, you know, all of these things. So Black is ever changing. I think Black is a vibration, a certain energy. So I'm always challenging us to, regardless of whatever we define Black as, allow it to be associated or synonymous with excellence. You know, whatever is the new Black culture, allow it to be synonymous with excellence. Because when I was coming up, it wasn't synonymous with excellence. White was, if you could read in school, if you got A's in school, you try to be white. If your punction was proper, I grew up with a grandma. I'm from the hood. The highest level in school. Y'all ready for this? The highest grade I completed in school was 8th. Everything I'm saying and doing is self-taught and self-learned. The highest formal education I had is what they would say would be an 8th grade education. And I've had the opportunity to sit on Morris Brown's platform with doctors, psychologists, other people talking about conditions of the Black community. I felt like Malcolm because I used to live by Morris Brown, and I stood up, I said, I used to live right in that hood, those apartments right over there, and did some nefarious things. I never thought I'd be sitting up here with such prestigious men, doctors, lawyers, psychologists, talking about issues that plague the black community. So I'm one that knows there's a greatness that resides in us, you know. But I said all of that to say that whatever we're defining black as in this moment, whatever we're attaching black to be a part of our culture, it should be synonymous with excellence. And it's now time for the next generation coming up to be definitive, to really stomp out what they're saying. This is how the culture, this is what the culture is, this is how we're looking. Women are empowered, men are empowered. They're more, I think someone put in the chat, single fatherhood is on the rise. Men are getting their babies. Men are raising their babies. You know what I'm saying? Picking them up from daycare, dropping them off at daycare. I've known a few that I've done that and taken my child when they were of that age to daycare. So that's on the rise. There are new social and cultural phenomena happening in the black community that this generation is going to have to grab, defy, and either discard or claim. But there's real shit happening.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. And again, we have to identify what these cultural disadvantages is in the community, and I think the solution is black land, because once we get in black land, that's gonna take care, because the image is gonna be so great, that's gonna take care of everything. So we must all go to Lex Vegas here in a second, so we can
right. Be careful going to Lex Vegas though; it's dangerous.
yeah. So we can get our mind right, and instill this positive black image. So we won't have these discussions no more. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I'm doing my part to promote Lex Vegas.
Man, I'm promoting Lex Vegas as Funland. You know what I'm saying? I don't see. Yeah, that's about it. I couldn't go. And then I wanted to go to Lex Vegas, but I need to check on the rules because I do kind of adhere or acknowledge an Abrahamic faith. Will I be allowed to tote a firearm? Because shit, I already can't be involved in politics in Lexland. I don't even know if I'd be able to arm myself over there. I'd have to know what the rules
legislative
are.
representation. So if you ain't got no legislative representation, what constitutes your rights in Lex Vegas? That's what I need to know.
Ah
Because
man,
if I ain't got no
I
representation in Lex Land, what am I going off of?
exactly. MD, we may have to invite Lex to a thing, or you and I may have to go over there. I'd love for him to answer because those are some valid questions. I'd love to hear his response to that. I don't want him to think I'm just fucking with him, but don't. I mean, like I take certain shit serious. I laughingly talk about issues, but it's serious, and that is a real. I mean, come on, if we already talking some fanciful shit. We're already talking some very idealistic type of thing. Black land in itself is idealistic. So if it isn't at least based, if the blueprint isn't based in something that can be substantiated, then it's just a daydream. It will always remain a daydream. And I don't care. I don't know how Dark Side doesn't see it. I don't know how my dear brother Double Master Teacher doesn't see it. And Yame, Kofi, all the brothers over there don't see it, that it sets a bad precedence. When you have a place called Black Land, that's why I call it Lex Vegas. When you have a place that already begins, that's supposed to be for black people, but you already are discriminating against black people, even to the point you ain't even discriminating where you saying, okay, y'all go live in this section of Lex Vegas. You saying you motherfuckers can't participate in government. Fuck that. I can't live there. I cannot. I mean, I'm mad at the white man for that. And he give me some limited participation. You think I'm gonna go somewhere where some Negroes say I can't damn participate in government?
Right.
Shit.
Yeah, I heard a little bit of his live stream earlier. I was in and out. I heard when Akasha came on there. Akasha they was talking about this very point, about the whole representation point. She said that Negroes worried about being represented as a Christian, Muslim, a Jew. It's enough representation that your representation is that you black. That's representation that you get. What's your thoughts on that?
I don't know why they don't get it. Then what? Then why is there a problem if a black Muslim, if the representation is based on black? So because someone had an Abrahamic faith, they're no longer black. You
That
see what
would
I'm
be my
saying? It's
question.
not represent. Yeah, it's how is it representation if you're electing my representation? I can't believe Akash and them get caught up in that shit. I think it's just a matter of wanting somewhere to belong. How if you point if someone's representing me, they worse. That's why I say they just like the white man, the Wazooga dudes. I'm gonna start calling them the
Yeah,
Wazooga dudes. They're the Wazooga
it, it,
dudes.
is the Wazungus are the Wazungus a separate social class within Lex Vegas? I need to know.
Yes, absolutely. That's what it sounded like. But they're practicing Wadugazuism. Like you're gonna appoint my representation and then tell me that's my representation. The Wazunga dude do that in court. Here's your public pretender. Oh, he's on your side. We're paying him, but he's really on your side. What the fuck? What the fuck? I'm going to court. It says Yanga versus the state of Georgia. I say that I can't afford representation. So the state of Georgia says, okay, we'll give you one. Oh, we pay for them. Yeah, they work for us, but he's your representation. Come on, y'all sound like the
Right,
Wazooga
right.
dudes. That's a Wazooga dude move. You know,
Yeah.
you can't give it. That's the point I'm making. They can't point out my representation. So if it's a black thing, what's the problem with that black Christian sitting up there then? Because you have taken them out of blackness because of their expression of God. You don't see, if they don't see that they are setting up tyranny, if they don't see they are setting up supremacy, censorship, that in this land, you're not even allowed to have a certain expression of God. You hate white people that
Yeah.
motherfucking much that you
Yeah, it
are
is.
willing to discriminate against black people. It's neo-colonialism. And the fact that they don't see that, the fact that they are so wrapped up and caught up in anybody throwing black jargon at them, like they go, like we constantly point out the loopholes in their doctrine and philosophy. I didn't even want to get on Lex Vegas, but I got to, especially since the high priestess got up there and said something. I have to. When you put like, I don't know how they don't see the hypocrisy and the holes in this shit. Like I went back, like I said yesterday, Swahili. Yet you will rant and rave and rail about Arabic, the Arabia. I hate that Arabia. But Swahili is Lex Vegas national language, and it is replete with Swahili words.
Yeah, I didn't know that
Full
until
of
you brought it up
Swahili
yesterday.
verbiage.
I didn't know it was a trade language. I did not know that at all.
Yeah, it was a trade language full of Arabic. I should say I said Swahili, full of Arabic verbiage, full of Arabic words. Nia. Shit, we can go to Kwanzaa. Nia being one of them is an Arabic word. So this type of empty rhetoric, catching people who are so disgruntled and dissatisfied with their station and position in America, I agree. I totally empathize with. I would concur with that sentiment. Where we disagree is how to get out of it. Where they go into what is a real psychological disorder called escapism, that everything they're saying is based in a fantasy, that they haven't not one time as anybody that is a proponent of Lex Vegas came and showed me anywhere where any of that could be taken serious. But since he uses the keywords separation, the white man, and now he got some shit, some Swahili to add to it, Unduguzu, that I guess it authenticates its blackness. To me, it's still very full of shit. It's still very much a daydream.
Right, right.
That's all it is. So I don't get her. How could she not see? Next it'll be women. No, maybe they won't have no women representatives, and they can tell them, well, shit, they black. What you need a representative for, broad? What you
Yeah.
mean women got rights? They already clowning about y'all having menstrual pads over there. These niggas worried about menstrual pads, and ain't none of y'all women over there saying nothing. Oh
Oh
yeah,
no,
maybe we do
they
want.
basically championed, Holly over top of me only because Holly she don't do the champions corner, even though she's part of the league and she can come over to the champions corner and stuff like that. Like he made it seem like that behavior is better. Like, her not chopping it up with the men, like it's not women over here. You know what I'm saying? Like
Oh man,
it's like the
shit, they
women
real.
is going to create
Yeah.
the space and give the space balance. It's not like it's just but even if it is a sausage party, it's just like, okay, like I'm just part of the league. I'm a debater. You can sit, and then it's just like it makes it easier so she can set up another debate. Like what's going on? And then on top of that, not for nothing, like they try to say, "Oh, Nature Mom over here at the Timber is better." Somebody dissed Nature Mom just like that didn't have nothing to do with. I didn't even know somebody dissed Nature Mom for no reason. She be on here minding her own black ass business. Yeah, and it was another woman, but you can't say because you on a panel with some men, you putting yourself in a line of fire. And it's just like it's not that. It's just that you just expect for women to be docile. And then, like how Yanga said, I'm just specifically his cancer. So he just mad because I see through the BS based off events and just based off how stuff played out when I'm involved. That's not my fault. Like that y'all panic when I come around and now y'all look dumb like a cult. It's just
I,
wild. Like the
you,
covenant was
I,
broken with Sister Noble. It's just weird.
yeah, that's crazy. But like I said, now as far as Akasha's debate this guy, I think she's an awesome ass debater. I am so looking forward to having a debate with her. I think it is going to be a hell of a challenge. I think she's of that caliber. I do question her practical senses, though. Like, she's a hell of a debater, but how is she biting into this nonsense? Then, however, it's not for me to question that because most groups like that are very misogynistic. It to me, I'm gonna be honest. Lex Vegas and even some of the dark side's teachings seem to be very misogynistic and chauvinistic. One, like I said, with the whole stimia thing, it's objectifying. How dare men the standard of beauty? That's the problem we got into when the white man did it. This is beautiful. What's beautiful? What isn't? I think that brothers should be careful when we begin to set the standards of beauty. One, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And two, I don't think we should objectify women. I don't think, I'm not a big beauty contest person. I'm not anything that gets our women to begin to compete with one another, that begins to set a certain, like we said, standard of beauty or the level of beauty. I'm leery of that because as black people, so lies in our diversity. So, there are some misogynistic, chauvinistic practices over there. I just expected the high priestess to be one that would be able to see through that. And so, that's a whole nother thing. But her advocating, the people not having advocacy, the people not having representation, it's not, and where they get so twisted, they're separating themselves. What's this black Muslim, black Christian, black Jew? The prefix is black. In my black land, it's all black. Like, we wouldn't say black stimia followers. You know what I'm saying? Black Hindus, black. If the prefix is black and you abide by the Constitution and the primary principle, which is in black land, we all thus agree on the advancement and higher quality of living for black people. If you can agree to those principles, I don't care how you express your God. You worried about that. You worried about someone praying to Jesus or Allah or Yahweh, but not worried about a person that says that they are in for the complete and utter destruction of other black people or other black people's social cultural expressions or religious expressions. That doesn't concern y'all over in Lex Vegas and Darkland? That y'all following a black man that is outright ready to destroy other black people, not because they are enemies to black progression, but because they don't worship the way that y'all worship. That's crazy. Maybe it's just me, but that's crazy. Anybody? Can y'all
Yeah,
still hear
like
me?
this notion that like I like me and Juju we having a back and forth in the comments. Like, yeah, Juju, I'm like silly and I like to troll, I like to laugh, and I think you find I'm saying dark side. It's not really nobody in dark side who had really like that type of demeanor. So I wasn't going to fit in anyway. You find I'm saying? Like I'm goofy. You find I'm saying? I'm goofy as shit. Like and I don't even think as goofy as Lex can be. You find I'm saying? I'm not even talking about like goofy like in a bad way. I'm talking about goofy, just like silly. He could be silly too, but he feel like only he have the authority to do that. You find I'm saying? When somebody else do it to him, he get mad. Like, and that's why Black Sun made that stream. They can dish it, but they can't fake it. This is the biggest issue. Why motherfuckers is not getting along in my honest opinion or whatever. I think motherfuckers don't see that. Exactly. Juju
I,
said you're not gonna be too uptight. Exactly. It's not nothing to be uptight about. Like
right,
you
right.
find me? And it wasn't nothing for me to care. Like what like I didn't until I made that live stream, like doing the verses, I just thought it was gonna be like a friendly debate. I thought that's what I seen over here. I see motherfuckers just having a friendly debate, and I was like, oh, they have a friendly rivalry, but they all cool. Then it's just like when I come in, like motherfuckers may say I came in between that, and I'm just like, oh, I thought y'all was cool. Oh, y'all wasn't cool, and then I think they're upset because I just wanted to let y'all know, like, I don't know what's going on. Until I pulled motherfuckers' cards, I don't give a fuck what nobody said. It wasn't going to come back. Well, we could go ball for ball on that. But y'all won't. But I'm just saying, Yanga, that's just
Mm-hmm,
how I feel.
mm-hmm,
I feel like, why are we lying, though? Like, you feel like they your enemy like that, and I thought it was friendly. And it's not that type
mm-hmm,
of party no more. I mean, I'm still waiting for them to come back because I feel like outside of, like I said, outside of Lex, they're good debaters, my nigga. Like they express dark side better than that nigga do. You feel what I'm saying? And you have your different
mm-hmm,
members who express the side of dark side that you can get a better visual of it without feeling like, you know, Black land is y'all only thing, because I really do think that he trying to just convince them to all go to Liberia. That's why I think they come with the Liberian flag. And that's they right and that's their business. I mean, I'm looking at all the information on Liberia, and it seemed like it's not too bad, after, whatever civil wars they was having there or whatever, even Black Son got a video on it. And I think, but that video was from 10 years ago. They were saying it's new developments. But it's just like, all right, is that what y'all really going to do? Because I know y'all personal lives. So, okay, I'm just be quiet. Go ahead, Yanga.
No. That's go ahead. You was rap on.
No,
Yeah,
I
no,
was
you
ready
said
to be back.
some good stuff. When you No, you were saying some good stuff. To go back to and shouts out to Dark Side, but I agree with you. I think one of the reasons though of not coming over, and they could say you GTO, we got GTO, which I think that you are a funny addition. I think you had like I said, the arena is a motley brew. And it is a microcosm of a macrocosm. It is a small version of actually what Black America tends to look like with all of these differences of opinions and philosophies. But one of the other reasons I think that Dark Side is leery, especially when talking about Lex Vegas or their version of Blackland, is like I said, we got cats like UMD, the Myth Destroyer, myself. It's not going to fly. The arena, Dark Side, when I look at everything that was out there, the Lions Den and a lot of these very religious channels, a lot of these theocracies, a lot of these channels that have theocracies and religious dictatorship that be derived from the Most High. Yeah, Dark Side it was easy for them to go destroy those guys. Why? Because these were people who felt the need to defend their faith. So Darkseid could go in and launch an attack. How do you attack an arena where everybody over here say, fuck that shit? I say, fuck Allah, fuck Muhammad. Fuck that shit when it comes to governing our people. How do you attack a people? So when those people say, fuck that, we're doing like Malcolm said, we put that in our closet. That is an intimate relationship between us and the universe, or our form of the way we express God, our relationship with God. That's personal. We're not going to discuss it. You can't attack.
They'll say Malcolm X was wrong,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah. They
they'll.
love saying that. But what it does, let
But
me
they
just
don't
say
have
this
a
real
better
quick.
solution even for what's going on back then. See, the whole thing about it is what Lex is also, well, his chest is starting to hurt more because he's starting to realize, and I keep bringing it up, sir. You said you was gonna trade guns with the white man. Even Black Son was looking like, hold on, what? You can talk shit about Black Son, but even Black Son was like, beep, that's wrong. You are the weakest link. Like, you can't have a real conversation about what we supposed to do. In real life, you keep saying white people don't belong in your land, in your black land. If you could get that land tomorrow, you'd be trying to do something with the white man. You're weird. You feel what I'm saying? Um, he already somebody gave him a lump sum of money. He just shut the fuck up.
Yeah, he put on his dancing shoes. Vortex will dance. That's why when they asked me to join the dark side, I said, my dancing feet aren't that good. I don't know how to maneuver like you guys. Lex, on the stream that Black Sun went in on when they were talking about Black Land, Lex's version of Black Land was so fucking democratic, I didn't even say anything. Lex's version of Black Land, you can be Christian, you can be Jew as long as you Black. I don't know if y'all remember that. That's why I wasn't saying anything. Lex had a whole complete different version. He had Black Land when he was on the arena. Then when I went over to Lex Vortex, he started trying to push and promote Lex Vegas. You know what I'm saying? But he had told Son that, all people were included. It was all exclusive. All people were welcome. And then just like any tyrant, any aspiring tyrant, when you get in their domain, the rules change. Then it completely changed. Like I said, it goes back there again. If you ask me, it's because the arena challenges Lex and the dark side. If they advocate Lex Vegas or that version of Blackland, it challenges them to come with some very practical answers to real questions. And they can't do that. And like I said, where they had beaten the other channels because they were largely religious and they felt the need to defend their religion, when you bump into a group defending their religion, puts them on the defensive. See, nobody has ever went at Stimia like that. They're talking to people who are busy trying to prove Moses was real, Jesus was real, the Bible this. They're trying to substantiate that, so they never had an opportunity to go on the offensive. But the arena went straight on the offensive at Stimia, and we kind of showed some inconsistencies in that. As far as it being a deity, as far as it being a philosophy, absolutely. Science, technology, engineering, and math, absolutely. As far as it being a deity, a religion that is worshiped, edified, a way of life that is adhered to, that is held to the highest, holiest over everything else. Nah, as a philosophy, yes. As a religion, no. That's one. Secondly, they've never had anybody so politically astute as the arena when it comes to promoting Black nationalism, from economics to policies, procedures, industry. All that we talk about over here, all they can keep referring back to is Wadukazoos and the Abrahamic faiths and the Muslim Jews and Christians. Not once have they talked about a substantial plan on anything.
Yeah, right. I'm back. Yeah. They gonna have to compare and contrast, like you said, going back to Black nationalism. They gonna have to compare and contrast ideologies that were being exuded from other Black nationalists as well as Pan-Africanists here in the States. Compare and contrast it and show me the differences between what you're doing and what Black nationalists were doing within the confines of America. You're gonna have to show me.
And they can't show you anything. They can't show you anything. They are doing the exact same thing that has been done. They're doing what the Nation of Islam did. The only difference, which they're actually using as a weapon, is that Elijah Muhammad took the terminologies of Muslims. You can't even say that what he taught them was Islam. People have to say, well, it was a form of Islam. The so-called Orthodox Muslims don't even accept Elijah Muhammad's version or brand of Islam. So he's doing the exact same thing. He's made a religion. He's doing what Elijah Muhammad did. Talk about white America. Talk about the white man. Talk about the destruction of America, the ills of America. And Fard Muhammad is going to save us. God in the person of Fard Muhammad. So then we flip on Lex channel. The white man and these Ndugazoos. But Stimua's going to save us in the form of Whoopi Goldberg. Nigga, that sounds vaguely familiar. It sounds vaguely fucking familiar. Right. What are you doing that hasn't been done? You just changed the fucking names. Same rhetoric. I can go get a million religious identity fucking extremists. Black nationalist religious identity extremists. From Noble Drew Ali, Father Divine, Daddy Grace, Elijah Muhammad, and now Lex Vortex. You're not doing nothing new. And so what the arena is doing is not nothing new. It's just, unfortunately, we have always been the minority in doing this shit. This is what got Malcolm killed. When they killed Malcolm, what'd they say? Get your hands out my pocket, nigga. Get your hands out my pocket. We got our hands in Darkseid's pocket. Lex is like, get your fucking hands out my pocket, nigga. That's why I had to go over there to offset that order that Black Sun gave. That was right up his alley. You know what I'm saying? He knows that when Inyame, Kofi, and Al Capone, when Darkseid comes over here, and I want them to continue to come, that they're getting fed. And that his rhetoric is either going to have to step up or he's going to have to change the structure of Lex Vegas. Right. Because when they come over here, they're getting fed. And he's no longer going to be able to push that Nduzugawu shit. It's sound fly. And Black Sun and everybody hit him with the most trivial shit. It's joking, but it's real. What's your fucking dental plan look like? The joke in that is basically, it ain't about teeth, brother. It ain't about a menstrual pad for the sisters. It's about your healthcare plan. Do you niggas have healthcare over there? Yes, I like my health. Yes, I want healthcare. Pardon me. Call me petty bourgeoisie. I like going to a doctor. You can't call me petty bourgeoisie because I got a Grady card. I go to the county doctor. You know what I'm saying?
Not bourgeoisie. But I mean, our ancestors had dentists, like they had dental.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean,
yeah. No, go ahead.
Even you're right though. I mean, even that's why I say you can't. That's why I say blacks. I told him, I said, man, I'm with you on the separation. You killing me though. You know, because even Black Sun now realize, like Black Sun kills him with that statement. You have to show me something better than here. And he's like, oh, you think the white man? No, bro, you said yourself, y'all don't have a comprehensive medical plan. So yeah, people will suffer and tolerate some fucking discrimination, some racism to be able to go to the doctor. The white man has understood, the state understood, the Panthers showed them the necessity, how it was imperative it was to address the health of black people. If not, that is cause for revolution. Food, clothes, and shelter, and health. So y'all hold it down for a minute. I need to take this call.
They gonna have niggas drinking ginger ale for everything. You better drink some of that ginger ale though. Seeing as you get sick. Yo, I can't. Go ahead, young. I'm ready to get my sundress because I gotta pick up my.
You can go close it down, GTO. He said he had a call that he had to.
I know, right? I got something to do, y'all. I gotta get off of here. And
don't close it down.
Yeah, y'all. I'm ready to just make my closing statements. But yeah, y'all. Me and Yanga just had a good build after after we was arguing over semantics and shit. Hold on, y'all. My computer's freezing up. Bye, y'all. I can't. Okay, it's over. But yeah, Darkseid is welcome. And Ganga, continue going over there because we gonna wake them motherfuckers up, okay? Y'all motherfuckers at Dark Side, y'all getting woken up, y'all. Okay, we know y'all need help. Okay, with y'all Lord of the Flies head ass. Okay, I still love y'all and I support y'all. Okay, y'all, we know that y'all a little slow. Y'all keep trying to call me slow, but nigga, y'all slow hanging off that man pubic hairs. Okay, we gonna show y'all more love. Please come back so y'all can continue getting y'all ass whipped. Okay, Alex, though, you can't come back. You take it too far. Peace, y'all.